What up, world? It's Mac. Tell me something slick and make it stick, man. I am back for another exciting episode of the Purple Panties Cigar Chats with Mac Edition, man. I am solo for the moment by myself, holding it down. It's been a minute since I've actually had man, a chat with myself and all of my supporters, all of Tami G and the good people. Tami G will be here shortly. Got some other people maybe popping in soon. But it's just me and the people, man. I just want to talk to y'all and kick it off and see how everybody week been. Let some more folks get in here. Been a great week so far. We're gonna do the Freestyle Friday. Freestyle Friday, baby. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna rap. Although I can rap. Although I can. I got bars. I do got bars. I got bars. But I don't think I'm gonna rap today. Not today. But anyway, I want to hear from y'all. Hope everybody's having a great week, man. Really do. Really do. Got all types of current affairs, interesting things. Since last we talked, assassination attempts. There's been a lot going on, y'all. A lot going on. So I want to definitely get into it. And, let me double check. Let me check something out. As always, I want to man. I appreciate everybody for supporting the channel, the platform. Thank y'all for supporting my books. Man, I really appreciate that. The feedback's been great. It's been amazing. So I appreciate that. I'm glad y'all rocking with the best sellers, Ghetto Diamond, and the erotic poetry book, the Purple Panties collection. So I definitely appreciate that, man. Appreciate it, y'all. Definitely. All right. So as we get ready to open this up for Freestyle Friday, just kind of guys a free flowing format. Talk about a bunch of different topics, a bunch of different things. Um, no one set thing in particular. Normally for you guys, I have a kind of a structure, a format, a set format. But I was like, you know what? Let's mix it up. So this is gonna be interactive between me and the chat and you guys. So um, let's have fun with it. Let's have a lot of fun. Absolutely. So one of the first things I want to talk about is for the show is nostalgic in music. And one of the questions, I got is which songs from the 80s or 90s bring you back the best memories? Bring back the best memories for you. I would say if you go back to the 80s, it's gonna be hard pressed not to have Mike Jackson. It's got to be, I got to say, it's got to be Mike Jackson. It's got to be Michael Jackson. Um, it's got to be Thriller, Beat It. It's that whole Mike Jackson album. Yeah, that whole Thriller album. I would have to say for the 80s, the songs that take me back. Um, Me and my siblings, we used to dance to Michael Jackson. My father would put that record on, or my mother would put that record on. We would just jam to it. I would have to say the 80s for me would definitely be Michael Jackson. The 90s. Which songs for the 90s bring back the best memories for you? Jeez, I'm gonna go with the 90s. Oh, that's a lot of R&B. I got to go with Kelly. I got to go with Kelly. I got to go with that 12 play album. I got to go with that 12 play album. That damn 12 play album bring back some phenomenal memories for me, man. So I'm gonna have to go with that damn 12 play album for me personally. That 12 play album was special. 80s and 90s. What about y'all? What at which music or which songs bring back the best memories for you guys from the 80s and from the 90s? 80s, like I said, for me, the 80s it's got to be Mike Jackson, the whole Thriller album. The 90s. What up, Tone G? Welcome in, Tone. 90s. Uh I gotta go with Kels. I gotta go with Kels. I gotta go with Kels. Uh yeah, I just got to. I can't even play with. I gotta go with Kels. I got to. 1 second, y'all. Let me get Tami G in here. Gizzle. Hey.
I took a nap. You know how that go.
I know, Gizzle. It's cool. I figured. She man, wait, she here, y'all. All right, Gizzle, you right in time. Okay, so we're doing for this format, the Freestyle Friday. We're just gonna do like like once a month. We'll just kind of do a free flowing format, and we'll talk about a bunch of hodgepodge of different topics. But this is gonna be really interactive with the chat because they're gonna be really kind of co-hosting this with us and giving us feedback on different topics and things like that, where they can ask us questions. So for me, the first question was, which songs from the 80s or 90s bring back the best memories for you? The 80s, I had to go with Michael Jackson, Thriller album. I'm a 77 baby. I had to go Mike Jackson for the 80s. For the 90s, I had to go with Kels and 12 Play. What about you?
I don't even know what songs I like that are 80s. I'm not gonna hold you. I was born in 89, so
well, give me 90s then.
I know I listen to 80s music because I listen to music as far back as the 40s. So, to be honest, but I just don't know
which.
Yeah. I hate to say it because we don't like him now, but 90s R. Kelly was I don't, we can't take it.
We won't take that from him. Just we're not gonna do that.
He's a terrible person, but
yeah, that music. Kelly, we're not taking that music from him. Just we're gonna talk about that later. By the way, we're gonna get in that later.
So when I'm thinking about 90s music, for me, I think of like stuff that was Southern. And I don't think a lot of people understand that, people, of course, Atlanta has been a mecca of music for several years up in, now, like it's been almost 20 years where Atlanta has been that mecca. But beforehand, we had this underground music scene that the rest of the country and the world didn't understand. Okay. And so I think of, at night, I think of you.
That's it, jamming.
Like, I think of, even all of, yes, I think of Uncle Luke. I think of, that's just my baby daddy. Like, it's so many things that, for me growing up, like, if you go elsewhere, they might not be considered classics, but they're super duper classics here in the South. And so, I don't know. Best memory. I think about my personal biases because for me, I'm biased towards Brandy. Okay. I remember when Moesha first came out, and I was like 6, and I was so excited that she had her own show. That Brandy had her own show, and honestly, I love Brandy. I love her music too. But even then, I don't even know if I either interacted with her music that much at that point. But just that. Her being that figure was a huge thing for me during that time period. So lots of different things, but I will say, so the songs that I mentioned, because those are the songs I remember, being a certain age and them being on the radio in rotation. And when you stopped, what's that song? That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I heard this. Okay.
Come on. It was so many. And then, or come on, ride that train. Dang. That's right.
Ride it out. Come on, ride that train. Yeah,
like it was some stuff that used to come on. Okay. And like I said, even if you go to Uncle Luke during that time period, he was the ratchet, So many different things, but those are the ones that kind of stick with me because it just brings back the memory. I remember being at the barbecues and being just in the car with my brother. My brother's 13 years older than me, and him playing it, and they'd be like, yeah. Or even my little cousins who are 5 and 6 years younger than me, and them interacting with the song. So it coming on and them just dancing like, oh, go Bree, go Bridge, go, and so yeah.
All right. Good stuff, Gizzle. What the chat got? So Tony says Jodeci album also. Okay, Tony. But Tony, I know you know some good 80s music because you are a music head. Who's your guy in the 80s? All right, we got Baby Bro in the chat. Baby Bro, who you got?
Yes, Quad City DJs. Quad City DJs. Yes.
Hey, AJ. Yeah, AJ. Where the hell you been? Who told you to miss any episodes of Cigar Chats, man? How dare you? How dare you? What up? What up? What up? What up? Lovely Peach. What up? All right. All right. Tony G says 80s Bob Marley. Okay. Now I like Bob, but I never been the biggest Bob Marley fan. I think I like what he stood for more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna front like I'm the biggest Bob Marley fan. Like I know his music. I think I'm more of a fan of the man. But okay, we'll rock with that. What up, Maria? Okay, so chat, listen, for free flowing Fridays or freestyle Fridays, this is gonna be really interactive between myself, Gizzle, and you guys. So you guys are co-hosting this with us, all right? So the question was, which songs from the 80s and 90s bring back the best memories for you? Jizzle don't remember the 80s. Well, she know the songs, but she don't really remember what era it is. Fair enough. The woman was born in 89. We're gonna cut her some slack. I'm an old nigga. I'm an old nigga, 77. I'm a 77 nigga. 77 nigga. Looking good though, but 77 nigga. But for me, Mike Jackson, that Thriller album, stop playing with it. And Jizzle agree as well. 90s, R. Kelly, we will not as egregious and deplorable of a human being he may be, his music, we ain't gonna never take that from him. And I ain't gonna let nobody take it from him. So, but we'll get into him a little bit later. We're gonna get me and Jizzle gonna talk about that a little bit later. You know that's gonna be entertaining. All right, what we got? Baby bro says Guy, Troop, and Levert for the 80s. All right, all right, all right, all right. 80s auto-tune is my jam.
Yeah, that I wanna be your man. I want. Come on, yes. The auto-tune in the 80s just did.
All right. 90s New Jack Swing with Guy. Okay. Roger and Zap. Computer Love was so futuristic.
Yes.
Yeah, I see, look at this. All right, now she reminiscing. All right, y'all. Okay. The next part 2 to that question. How do you feel music from your youth compares to today's music? I'll kick it off. It's to me, I don't have I'm not gonna shit on I don't want to be that old fogey where they music ain't shit. That's not cool. Cause our generation, our parents kind of frowned at our music. I'll just say this. I don't see enough balance. I think we talked about this last week, me and Gizzle. We kind of alluded to it a little bit. I'm cool with the ratchet. I just wish I saw a little bit more substance promoted. I wish there was a little bit more love put into the music, but we know from a programming standpoint, I believe that's on purpose. I just wish it was a little bit more conscious rappers or conscious music or love music. I think that really helped our community when the music had a love message to it. Like niggas used to beg to get their girls back. I miss what do niggas do now to even get their girls back?
They don't do nothing. The girls just be desperate and come back to them. These all niggas trash. I might as well be this trash nigga. At least I got some history with this trash nigga. And I think this. I know this is a caveat, but let me tell you something. Part of the reason why people are not behaving, okay, or why things are not changing is what happens is that you have these girls and they be with these sorry ass dudes, right? Sorry ass dudes, and then they go out, they break up with the sorry ass dude, and they go out there and they see a whole bunch of other sorry ass dudes, but they still want to have sex. So what they do, they go back to that sorry ass dude that they had sex with already, because at least they ain't got to add another body to their body count. So that's people be thinking like, oh yeah, now I got her wrapped up. No, you really ain't got her wrapped up. She don't really like you either, but she just not trying to fuck no other sorry ass person either. So you the sorry ass person that got it first. Anyway, sorry. Caveat.
All right. No, Jizzle. No. We always allow room for your audibles. Jizzle, how do you feel about the youth from your music from your youth to today? What you got?
Like, I think I say it to my students all the time, and not just I don't think their music is trash holistically. I do think it's more trash than anything else. But I don't think they had the experience that we had. So, my youth and your youth is a little bit different, Matt. But my youth, especially growing up here in Atlanta, was crunk music. Baby, you was finna play some Lil Jon. Get crunk, Lil Shawty, Don't touch me. I know we in the club, but don't push me. Like, we used to literally get the fighting off of the song that was playing.
Oh, really?
Club. Like,
what?
Walk up in the club, but buddy.
Good buddy.
Come on. Like, we literally, like, it was a era. Like, people don't understand. Knock if you buck, cry my hoe. Okay, like we was that crunk era music. It was like going into the club during that time period was like electrifying. And I don't think the kids have that same experience with the music. Like
Right.
And I just remember like we would have when we had our pep rallies at school, and they would play the music. Boy, everybody in the stands, we stomping, if they play Neck If You Buck at the thing, we all lit. These kids do not have that same energy behind their music. They don't have that same connection with their music. And I also think that what's happening here is you have a lot of music that's popular for a short amount of time, but you don't got classics coming out. Like I feel like we had classics coming out. Like to this day, if you play Soldier Boy up in it, oh, we all finna you okay.
Hell yeah.
It's just they don't have that same energy. I think that you have the industry that is so concerned about creating a TikTokable moment, and TikToks have their moment, but it's literally a moment. These songs are not classic. 20 years from now, I don't think we're gonna be singing these songs that are popular today. Like, and I think that's what's interesting. I'm kind of gonna go off a little bit, but that's what's interesting with looking at the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, because Kendrick created a classic that we talked about for ages in They Not Like Us.
Man, still talking about it.
We still talking about it.
Ad nauseum.
Weeks, months later, right? Weeks and weeks later, months later, and it's crazy. And that's and when you're talking about rap diss history, that don't happen too tough in rap diss songs. What diss song? It's not too many diss songs that we still listen to. I mean, we definitely listen to that.
You're gonna listen to Hit 'Em Up. Now you know Hit 'Em Up, Tupac, Hit 'Em Up.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to reference. But it's not too many
songs. Fuck your wife enough.
Exactly. But I think that's that same energy that Kendrick brought on this song. Right. And so it's so crazy. I just don't think that there are classic songs being made. I think it's a whole bunch of music being made. It's a whole bunch of sound bites being made, but it's not necessarily classic music that years and years from now we're gonna be like, yeah, man, you can't, It's just, I think about my mama's generation of music, if I hear dun 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 dun, before I let you dance. It's like it's certain things you're gonna have. I don't know if we're gonna have that experience with this generation's music. So, and then another thing about their music is that because a lot of them are sampling music from older time periods, as older people, right? You hear it, you think it's your jam, you're like, and then they start
singing some other shit. You be like, that ain't even the right song. Y'all not doing it right.
That's not how it's supposed to go.
Right.
Get out of here. And I think if you gonna remake a song, right, you need to remake the song and it be as good as the original or better. I agree. If it ain't as good as or better, why are we doing it?
Leave it alone.
Right. So yeah.
All right. Let's get to the chat. Good stuff. Let's get to the chat. Tony says, I don't see enough happy music, just happy to be living and loving music. Good stuff. Of course. AJ, yes, that crunk music. AJ, I know you got a story somewhere with you and crunk music. That woman has lived life. I wish I could get her on this panel to tell us a story. I know I can't. There's too many followers now, but she lived a life too. Who you with, Lil John and the East Side?
Who you with? Yeah, I'm playing.
I take you back. Okay.
Yes, you can ask my trainer. Every time he play that music when we going to workout, I be lit.
All right. With MC Hammer, Days stepping. Days. Days stepping. Days. Let you slide. We had so much. All right. Yep. George Michael. Who the hell said George? Tony, you threw up George Michael in there? Now, that's a real music here right there. All right. I dig it. All right. Who else we got? AJ says, I'm outside of the club and he think I'm a punk, don't you? Oh, Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher.
And he think I'm a punk.
I ain't no scared.
First of all, let me tell you about this, AJ. That song, to this day, when T.I.'s verse come on, baby. If you watch my stories and I'm listening to this song, when T.I.'s verse come on, I'm gonna rap every word of that verse. The whole song fire, but T.I.'s verse?
Yeah, he killed that shit. I'm a bankhead nigga. I take your cookie. That I still, yeah.
Bro.
That part.
So don't make it a me and you situation. I had to partner down. I see you visitation like, woo. Come on, bro.
That was a different T.I. Now that was a different T.I. back then. Bro. All right. Good stuff. Okay. Moving on. Technology and social media. Do you think technology has made life easier or more complicated? All right. So I'm going to say this. It has done both. Technology has made life easier in a lot of ways. Technology has made life easier in the fact that, hey, you know what? I can check my bank statements. I can do a lot of things from the palm of my hand. It's also made it, technology like, hey, if I have heart issues, if I'm having a heart attack, I can call 911. If for safety reasons, technology has done a lot of amazing things, like a lot of amazing things. It's probably saved more lives than we can imagine. But the polarity of that, it has also complicated life because we get so attached to these things, and especially in modern times, people don't know how to put these things down and connect with people. We've become, being real, we become so connected with this thing that we become disconnected with each other, and we don't realize it until we're in front of each other. We're like, well, shit, maybe I should put my phone down. Yeah, maybe you really should put your phone down. So, Gizzle, let's go with that. What's your take on it? Like, easier or complicated? Because I told you last week I could do without a cell phone personally. That's just me.
I think it's made, like, I agree with you. I think that there is some duality there about making your life easier. And I also think it complicates your life because you don't know how to work. See, I think the difference between, I think, maybe our upbringing and the younger people's upbringing is that the internet wasn't fully a thing.
No.
When we was growing up, like, it wasn't fully a thing. Like, it came about, but we had to learn how to do it the original way first, and then eventually use the internet way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how old Google is, but I remember Ask Jeeves. Okay, I remember, like, but we couldn't just go. These kids these days, and young and people in general, could just go in and ask Google and get the answer. We didn't have that the luxury of doing that. We had to go read a book. And so I think it's made things easier. You have information at the tip of your fingers. You can ask questions and get the answers to them immediately. However, I also think that by making it easier to do certain things, it's lessened our brain power. So people don't know how to do it the original way. They don't know how to go in and find a resource and read the book. They don't know how to do certain things. And then also when the technology stops working, like today, I know you probably heard about what happened today, right? Mm-hmm. When the technology stops working now, everybody's at an inconvenience because we don't have a backup system because we've been using the technology for so long that we don't even know how to do it the manual way. Nobody taught us the manual way. And so, it's both good and bad. It's both good and bad. Like when you're talking about using something like a Chat GPT or any of the AI software, I think it's some good to that. For a person that doesn't know how to write in a professional manner, you could say, "Hey, write me a professional letter,
resume, something like that." Yeah.
And wonderful resource for you to be able to do it. But by the same token, which people don't understand about that AI could be wrong. It's pulling from the internet, but is everything on the internet correct? And so it's a lot of different things that come along with that. And then there's a lot of dangerous aspects that come with that too, because when you're talking about AI, if you're giving them your facial recognition, they could take your face, put your face on something. You get charged for a crime because AI didn't fingered you. And you know what I'm saying? And so it's scary. It's honestly scary. I see a lot of people, and you probably see it on Facebook too, doing the little thing where they have the pictures, and the pictures make them look like old school versions of themselves.
Man, that's scary.
It's scary because they have your face and they can make these images that look like you. And who tells the police if something go wrong or anything that's not you? I don't like it. It's some elements of the technology I don't like. And I thought the AI was cute. I did it like one time. But once I learned what they would actually be able to do with that, like they could take your voice and use your voice. And I've heard them do it with like SpongeBob and Patrick and everything like that. And that's all cute, fun, and dandy. But what happens when they take your voice and it say that you admit to killing somebody? Like, I don't know, bro. It's scary. Technology is both wonderful and terrifying at the same time. That's what I'll say about it.
Okay? So it's kind of like you said. Okay, so you kind of ambivalent about it, right, Gizzle? It's just kind of like.
I mean, I think we have to be cognizant of what technology can do, but I also think that we need to know how to do things the old school way as well. I think there needs to be a balance, especially it's coming from an educational standpoint, because these kids, you give them a paper, they think they can throw it in ChatGPT and give it back to me, and I'm gonna read it and be like, I know you don't write like this, dumb. Now you're getting a plagiarism charge because you didn't. And they be like, well, we didn't plagiarism. Oh, baby, you didn't write it. Who wrote this?
You didn't write that.
This? So, and honestly, I use AI as a tool in my education. I use it as a tool. I've had to create some stuff that I use, but I don't just use everything it tells me. I don't use it verbatim. I take it, I get some ideas from it, I glean from it, and then I make it my own. So it's different when you're using it and you just think it's the end all be all. It's a whole different thing, because the truth of the matter is AI is not smart. It's not a human. It doesn't understand the nuance of the human element to it. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah. So you got mixed reviews on it. All right. The chat says, I struggle. Okay. So AJ says, I struggle with wanting to capture moments, but also living in the moment. That's good. I think I can relate to that. Okay. Tony says, I hate the cell phone. Of course, Tony, you hate cell phones. Of course. Which makes it difficult to hold a conversation.
Well, Tony hate everything.
Tony hate everything. Everything but us, Gizzle. We on the love and like list with Tony. I'm good with that. People would rather text you instead of actually talking. I would rather talk than text. I honestly would. I like talking.
I'm indifferent. It's some people I'd rather text because they start talking, you can't get on the phone.
How you gonna build a meaningful relationship?
Nah, bruh. Some people will keep you on the phone for hours talking about nothing. It happened to me today. I had to be like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna have to get off the phone with you, weird now, player." With somebody you know. With somebody you know, Mac.
Oh, no said. I got that. All right, no said. Well, you shouldn't be so hot in these streets. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, y'all. Work-life balance. What advice would you give the younger generation about balancing career and personal life? Let me tell y'all something. I'm from I was raised with the generation, and this is one thing I do like about the youth today. We from a generation, definitely myself, 70s, go there, you work hard as you can, you give it all you got, you work. And that's wrong. Yeah, you work and you do a good job. But goddamn it, let me tell you something. F them jobs. And I mean that. I'm not saying you ain't supposed to work, but F them jobs, because let me tell you why. It is designed to occupy all of your time, drain you from, and I'm talking about your life capital. And I mean, they occupy, and the more money they pay you, the more they're paying you to occupy mental real estate and drain you. It is a sad thing when I saw my father's man was a janitor. True story. I digress, but I'm gonna tell y'all the story. He died at 63. The man worked for the Board of Education in Chicago as a janitor, never took a vacation, took care of all of his kids, and literally 60 days after he retired, he died. I will never, ever, I'm not against anybody having a job, obviously, but I would tell the younger generation, and this generation's kind of got that part right, but they a little bit too careless with the job. They'll be like, the hell with it all. I'm like, hey, well, you still got to do something. But at the same time, I would tell anybody, take your vacations, take your me time, use every benefit that job has, because I tell you what, they will fire your ass on a Friday, and Monday it's a job wreck, and it'll be they'll have it filled by Tuesday. If you died Friday, that shit'll be filled by Monday. So do not negate your personal self for a job. Have that balance and put you first. That's real. What you got on that, Gizzle?
I'm a part of that generation that's like, half of us are like, we got to keep a job so we can retire, and the other half is like, F that job, I'm gonna find a new one.
Your generation, I fuck all of that shit.
It's a balance. You got to say, you got the people that, their parents told them, stay on the job forever, get your retirement, do your thing.
Get your pension.
Right. I have my sister. My sister has been, and I love her to death. She's been with who she worked for. I can't remember it's a state organization, but she's been with the state for years. Her mama was with the state before she retired. My dad was with the state before she retired. That's how they met. And so she's been with the state for all these years, making pennies, like making so little money. Like, I'm trying to figure out how she's living off the money. And just been there, but she made a decision a couple years back because she had been there for so many years that she was going to stay until a certain amount of years so that she could retire, so that she can move on afterwards. But she made a decision. And it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like a group of us. It's like we doing it the same way our parents did, but we're trying to be smarter about it. So for me personally, and I've said this on this platform so many times, I quit teaching every 3 years. And not that I want to do it, but it's like, I'll be like, F this job, because the last time I quit, I was going through all this stuff at the school. I was going through all this stuff. I had a parent who was harassing me. F that heifer if she ever see this podcast. And if you ever see me, it's on site. Ho. Anyway, but I had this parent who was harassing me. And I had spoken to administration about it. Not one, not two, not three, but 4 different administrators. And nobody was doing nothing to have my back. And for me, if you understand what's happening in this situation, you understand that she's trying to manipulate and put me in the thing. And lady got in a meeting time and said, well, I have a problem with her. She the one I got a problem with. Well, baby, if you got a problem, stop. Okay. So anyway, all that to say, I was in that classroom, miserable, driving all the way to this school. And I was talking to this lady, and she was a coworker. I didn't know too many people at that school. I was real low key. Talking to this coworker, she said she was talking to her therapist, and her therapist said, "If you unhappy there, you don't have to work there no more, right?" And it was crazy, man. Like a ding went off in my head.
Epiphany. Yeah, an epiphany.
I was like, I don't have to work here no more, do I? And so, baby, I had typed up my 2 weeks notice. I had typed it up. I was about to give it over to my principal, and the only reason why I didn't do that is because COVID hit. COVID hit. We went virtual, and I didn't have to be in the school building no more. And that was the only reason I didn't do it. But after that school year, I let it be known, baby, I'm not coming back. Y'all won't be seeing me. As a matter of fact, I quit teaching forever. That's what I told myself. Of course, I'm back in the classroom now because I'm a stickler for punishment. But that's what it was. And so for me, it's been a lot of that energy when I'm not happy with something to let it go, because at the end of the day, they're gonna replace you. At the end of the day, you are just a number. You just a cog. And I think for me personally, during that time period, it was like, let it go and pursue my dreams. And I let it go, and I started doing film. And I mean, I ain't nothing about the background most of the time, but shoot, baby, people didn't see me. They didn't see me in the TV. Oh, hold on now, lights. But they didn't see me, and so I let it go, and I started doing film, and I just enjoyed that so much. And I probably would have kept doing that too, but of course, the strike happened with the actor strike. And so it's it's cycles of life. And I tell my kids every day, if I ever get a role on a major TV show, y'all ain't gonna have no teacher no more. I love y'all.
Oh, that's coming.
But
that's
coming.
That's coming.
That's what it is. And so I think that we're taught that we have to have the retirement, we have to have all those things, and those things are very much important. But also having a fulfilling life is important. People look at me all the time and be like, "Tam, why are you not married? Tam, why don't you have kids?" I said, being married and having kids does not serve me at this portion in my life, and not because I don't want it. If I had a supportive husband, then that'd be a different thing. I'm not just going to marry nobody just to say I'm married at 35. Like, that's a stupid thing to do. I like to travel. I like to be. If I can't marry a man who don't want to travel. I can't marry no man who don't have a passport. Like, it's certain things. It's like, and we start putting all those elements into effect. Like, bro, and that's honestly, if I die tomorrow, God forbid, ain't nobody gonna tell me that Tamara did not live. Okay, Tamara lived. I lived, honey. Okay, and so that's my advice to the young people: live, bro, because I think we consume so much things. Or we live our life and we're just surviving so much of the time. It's just survival, bro. You got to get past that point of survival and get to that point where you are living and enjoying the life that you have. So yeah,
good stuff, Gizzle. So hey, so her advice is to live. My advice is to also, hey man, leave that damn job or take your vacation. Goddamn. All right. AJ says, at 41, I'm not loyal to any job. I'm moving and shifting every 2 or 3 years with no regrets. That's something I commend you for that. Because they ain't loyal to you either. All right. Baby bro says, I think companies and management don't know how to handle problem employees, which makes it difficult for employees who actually perform their jobs. Yeah, it's always the sorry employees. They don't address them. They want to go dump the workload on the good employees, the hard work. If that ain't the most ass backwards ass management style. Anywho, they're like they don't want to fire those individuals. Exactly. Tony G says, wait a minute, Tony said something. I tell my niece and nephews and also my grandkids to try to start their own business, work for others, work for other like-minded people. Exactly. All right, AJ says, I'm in HR, and that's 100, Marquise. We're so scared of lawsuits that it drags on, and the good ones get fed up and quit. So that's why they don't never do that. That makes sense. I figured that. Good stuff, y'all. Good feedback. All right, let's talk about this. Let's go with health and wellness. What are your go-to strategies for staying healthy and active as you age? The thing for me, soon to be 47, August 30th. You damn right, I'm happy about that shit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. 47, my 47 killing some of these young boys. I would say for me, reduce the stress. I would say learn to forgive. Forgiveness is such an important key. I didn't understand the importance of letting shit go. Like I had to forgive my mother for all the abandonment. I had to forgive my father. I wasn't raised with him. I had to forgive a lot of people, a lot of hurts, relationships. Forgiveness, obviously, spirituality, that's most important, your relationship with God. Forgiveness, but you got to exercise, move that body, strength training, and that diet. That is the key to age well. And if you and reduce the stress. If you can't fix it, F it. That's the Mac rule. If I can't fix it, F it. I'm not about to stress over. What you got, Gizzle?
So I think at this age, I look at myself at 35 in comparison to my mom and my family members at 35, and I'm healthier than them. And I'm not healthier than them because I'm just like the epitome of good health. That's not it. I'm healthier than them because I use what people did during their life as what not to do in my life, and that's not what I wanted. And so for me personally, when I got a certain age, I understood that I need to go to the gym. Now, was I always consistent with going to the gym? No, but I realized I need to go to the gym because I realized that at this age, when everybody turned 35, their 30s, that's when they all blew up and got fat and never went back down. And I said, I don't want to be fat. Like, I don't want to be fat and never go back down because the way I gain weight in my midsection first. So when I get fat or when I gain weight, it's all in my stomach. Now, this is the biggest I've ever been in my life. I tell people this all the time. You go back and look at pictures from me from 2008 to 2007. I was skinny. I was like 130 pounds. Okay. I'm right now about 165. And
Big mama. All right.
This is the biggest I've ever been. And this is the biggest I want to be. I don't want to be too much bigger than this. And so I go to the gym. I've been a vegetarian since 2008. So my diet, as far as that health portion, has been decent, but even with vegetarianism, problem with why I was retaining weight the way I was because I'm not getting the protein intake. So now I'm real intentional about making sure I eat my protein, intentional about making sure I get my vegetables and things of that nature. So I eat well, and I definitely think that I don't consume too much alcohol. That's important to me. Nothing wrong with alcohol in moderation. So I'm not going to say don't do it. I love a glass of wine occasionally, but I don't consume too much alcohol. I don't smoke. I ain't never smoked. Know a lot of people that smoke and it ages them hard. And I'm not even just talking about like I'm not just talking about like cigarettes. I'm talking about weed. I'm talking about they do some hard drugs. Like I don't do hard drugs. I never done hard drugs. And I think that finding a healthy coping mechanism, because I think that especially my generation of people, a lot of them smoke. Everybody smoke. These dudes want to pull up on you and smoke blunts and bring some alcohol, and they think that that's a vibe. And it's just like, I don't enjoy those things. It's not what I do. But yeah, so not engaging those things for coping. I think that, and I say this and people get offended by it sometimes, but I think the ultimate coping mechanism is religion. Whatever that looks like for you, religion. I think that's a coping mechanism. And also I definitely agree with reducing the stress. I definitely agree with it. I don't even want to say reducing the stress. I think that's a part of it, but I tell these motherfuckers no. Tell people no. I say no all the time. My cousin was trying to take her driving test the other day, And they called me trying to stress me out, talking about some, could they use my car to go take my driving test because her mama car wasn't working. And I said, I'm at work. No, what are you doing? Another person was like, asked me, can you take me to work tomorrow? No, I'm not going to take you to work. It's not my job. No, I tell people no. I think sometimes we like to overextend ourselves to people that we love and care about, but you have to be okay with telling people no. Because if saying yes is going to add some unintentional stress to your life, and then the people that you do that for are not even going to appreciate it, tell them no. Okay? So I tell people no all the time. And also, I think this is my last point because I have so many things. Please understand your purpose in someone's life. Okay? Understand your purpose in someone's life. And I'm saying this like this because I think that sometimes you know people so long, you consider people friends for so long, that's just that they're quote unquote role in your life. But I need you to understand that sometimes roles and positions in your life change. Be okay with allowing the position that somebody has in your life to change. Do not uphold somebody on a pedestal, uphold somebody in a position that does not deserve that position or who needs to pivot from one position to the next. Okay, it's okay for somebody to go from a friend to an acquaintance. It's okay for somebody to go from being the person that you tell your business to you being hush hush about it. Okay, I've had to learn that this summer because, people will prey on your downfall, and so be quiet about your moves. Sometimes don't tell everybody your business, and do ultimately what makes you happy as long as it's not hurting anybody else. Those are my thoughts.
That's good stuff, Gizzle. All right, what we got? Baby Russ says, I learned how to laugh at life. Some things are not that serious. You got to learn how to laugh at life. I agree with that. Got to have a sense of humor to get through this shit. All right, Tony G says, staying at peace, controlling my environment, and eating 10 times better. I've always been in the gym since no doubt. Never smoked anything or drank anything. Staying spiritually grounded. Tony, I don't know how you was in the Navy and didn't drink anything. Now, I get you didn't smoke. Well, I don't even know. Well, okay, I get it. But drinking sailors, that's what we did. Now, I wasn't the biggest drinker, but damn, it's kind of hard in the military not to even drink a swig or something, Tony. You are all right with me, Tony. God, doggy boy. You all right with me. All right, good stuff. Okay, let's switch it up. This is where I need my parents to really get involved with this one. And even though, even you, Jizzle, you still parent children in the classroom. So you're not your children, but you're still a mother figure.
No, they my children. They know they my children.
Yeah, because most of these kids' parents is half-ass raising them anyway. Okay. What traditions or values from your upbringing have you passed on to your children? Me personally, the things that I have passed on to my boys as a single father: honor your word, be a man of your word. If you say you gonna do something, stand on that shit and be everything you say you gonna be. If your word ain't shit, you ain't shit. And I would tell anybody that. Matter of fact, they might have put that on my tombstone. Here lies the man who said, if your word ain't shit, you ain't shit. I live by that. Be a man of integrity, be a man of honor, be a principled, moral man. I never raised my sons to be, I didn't care what profession they were, and they can tell you this. I said, if I raise good human beings, everything else will take care of itself. Mm-hmm. I want you to, because I know a lot of successful bum ass humans, mm-hmm. but I'd rather raise great humans and let them, because your job don't define you. Because I tell you what, if you was a lawyer, your ass get fired, you ain't a lawyer no more. If you was a doctor and your practice shut down, hey, you ain't got that practice no more. So who you are as a human being, that's your indelible mark. That's who you are. That's your reputation. So for me, honor, integrity, character, and keeping your effing word is everything. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So please, I need the chat to get active on this. Gizzle, what are some of the things that you pass on and your children before we get to the chat?
I want to speak on what you said about being a man of your word, because that really just hit a nail with me. I had a coworker this week that, we all doing our EDS program. We're all in school. And this was this person's culminating project. And so bro hit me up and was like, hey, I need you to help me out with this. I know you into social media. I know you into this, that, and the 10. I need you to help me out. And I was like, okay, cool. Bro called me at 6 and told me he was on the way. 7 came, 8 came, 9 came. He not here. Bro didn't end up showing up until 9:45. We didn't end up finish filming his stuff until 1 something in the morning. And this man, he know who he is. He's expressed interest in me. That's why I will never take him serious. Never, ever, 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 ever take him serious, because that's not the first time he's not stood on what he said he was going to do. And to me, you disrespected my time, you disrespected my energy. You're not even appreciative of the fact that I'm over here helping you for real. So yeah, that's a good thing to teach children. Now, what do I teach children?
Just gonna get her subs out. She gonna sub you.
I know, baby. I say names if I needed to. They gonna know who it is. I'm not with all that sub, that rah. Because baby, what I say to on here, I'll say to these people's face. This is that's not real. No. I'm not that fugazi ass person that's gonna talk shit on a podcast and won't say it to their face. I told him when he pulled up, I was like, bro, you are so lucky I'm letting you in my house right now. I really ought to beat your ass. That's what I told him. He was like, oh, you gonna be salty all night? Yeah. And you gonna sit here and you gonna take the salt, or you gonna get gone. He stayed and got the salt. Because even when I'm salty, I'm sweet. Okay? I need you to understand. Anyway. Whole point of what I'm saying is, I definitely think that there's a lack of integrity being taught. So I try to teach my children, my students, to be people of integrity. We catch them cheating all the time. Some of them double down and say they didn't cheat. And some of them admit that they cheated. Those that admit that they cheated, we give them grace. We give them grace. We give them an opportunity sometimes to redo the assignments, help them understand it, help them redo it. And so I definitely think teaching integrity is very important. I definitely believe in building their character. Some of them have character flaws, and just seeing it and the way they engage in people. And so I know I had to pull a couple people aside, because how they lash out when they're upset is problematic, and it's going to be a problem in the real world. You know, I tell these kids, y'all get to fighting here at the school building, and you fight and you get suspended. Oh, you get a slap on the wrist. When you fight in real life, if you get an assault charge, you go to jail. Right. You know, so there's a difference. And so pulling those kids aside and doing that, but that's my students. But you know, I have nieces, I have nephews. I think what's important is for those children is teaching them life skills. If you go back to my cousin who is 30 this year, she's only 5 years younger than me, and you go to my cousin who is 28, and you talk to them, they know that I raised them. Not raised them, but I was influential in raising those kids. Right. I had those kids every weekend. And they'll be like, I remember when you taught me this. I remember when you had us doing this. I remember when you showed me this. I remember when you showed it. To this day, they will sit down and they will reminisce on the things that I taught them how to do when I was an 8-year-old and they were 5. Okay? Or however old, whatever, however the different old. So that, and even my brothers, my younger brother tells me all the time, you taught me how to cook grits. You taught me how to do this. You taught me how to do that. And so I teaching the children life skills, because these kids lack life skills. They can't cook. They can't clean. They don't know how to do this out of 10. Teach them how to wash. Teach them how to do things. Teaching the children life skills is so important, because I think, you know, we're talking about gender roles. You know, men should do this and women should do this. Yeah. Okay, whatever. But listen, everybody got to know how to cook. Everybody got to know how to wash dishes. Everybody got to know how to put a load of laundry on. If you want to gender role, a lot of stuff like that. But everybody need to be able to take care of themselves. And so it's been very important, even since I was a youth, teaching my brothers, teaching my nieces, my nephews, my cousins, teaching all them how to do those life skills. And so that's what's important to me. And just helping them be a good person, conflict resolution. Telling them, you know, how to deal with certain things, or giving them advice on how to deal with certain things. They have to do it. They have to make the choice themselves, but giving them the advice and allowing them to make the choice based off the advice. So,
good stuff. But to add to what you said, survival skills. That's just good parenting. And some of these damn women, not all these women, some of these women who raise these boys, stop coddling these kids, especially them boys. I'm gonna say it again. I've said this before. You can't coddle boys. Don't raise the man that your ass don't want land next to you. Stop that. Stop coddling these boys. You don't want no sorry ass man to bed with you? Don't raise one. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Please stop coddling these damn boys. All right. Good stuff. Let's see what the chat got to say. All right. Baby Bro says, I teach that if you decide to start something, there is no quitting. Hell no, we don't quit around here. If you
I think there's
reason
to quit. I'm sorry. We come back to that. We can come back to that. But
yeah, I see if there's no quitting, if you start it, see it to the end. Even if midway you find out you don't like it, see it to the end. Yeah, I know that for a fact. We've had that conversation in many days. Tony G says, I have always told my daughter to never get an apartment, car, etc., counting on someone else's money. That's a good one, Tone. To get what she can afford without needing help. Good stuff, Tone. Good stuff. That's anybody good. Else? Tony says, previously, retrospectively, I had 2 uncles to die from drinking. Okay, that's why he don't drink. Makes sense, Tone. Gotcha. Tam, what were you saying about that before we transition? You were saying something about...
I don't agree with not quitting. I think that a lot of things in my life I should have quit, but I had that mindset of I can't quit. I got to push through it. And I think I put myself through unnecessary stress and duress because I pushed through something that ultimately wasn't always the best for me. I think that it's a time period in which to quit. Like, not all I don't think you should just start all these different projects and then quit. But I definitely think it's a time period in which you should be able to quit. Like, for me, if I could do it again, my first master's degree, I would quit. 2 reasons. It was expensive. Several reasons. It was expensive. I was miserable the entire time, and I didn't even know what the master's degree really was and how at the end I was supposed to be a master or something. I didn't feel like I was a master or nothing at the end of that degree. I ended up with mad debt, a terrible experience up there, and not having fully understood the process to be myself hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt afterwards. It wasn't the right decision. I should have quit. When I felt like I wanted to quit, I should have quit. But I had that mentality of once you start something, you got to see it through. And it wasn't the wise decision to make. So I definitely think there's reason and time periods in which you should quit something because it's not serving you anymore. I think, but you have to have that wisdom and that understanding of that. I don't regret much in life. That is what my one regret. My one regret is that when I was in my master's degree program, I didn't quit. I should have quit, let it go, and done something else.
Well, let me ask you this though. So would you not want a master's degree now? Aren't you proud of that accomplishment to have it?
No, I'm not proud of that accomplishment at all. Okay. It's a piece of paper. And so that's why this degree I'm getting now,
so this one you're proud of.
I'm more proud of it. But I'm saying this because you have to understand, as far as from an educational standpoint, that education is a game. From teacher to people, education is a game. You got to play the game. So when you go and you getting these degrees that are hundreds of thousands of dollars, when we talking about them upper level degrees and you going to them private schools, that's a lot of money. If you're not the decision you make to go to school has to make a decision that's going to make sense ultimately. If I had just gotten my first degree, right, my two bachelor's degrees, right, I would have only been $50,000 in student loan debt. Because I got my master's degree, right, I'm $138,000 in student loan debt. Don't have no other debt to my name. No other debt to my name besides student loan debt. So that put me in a position, starting off life early as an early 20-year-old, where I'm over $100,000 in debt because I got this degree that I don't even want. Okay, I got the degree to say I had a piece of paper. And when you're talking about working in education, yeah, a master's degree slightly improves your pay, but it don't improve your pay that much for you to be that much in debt. So you got to be smart about it. And so that's why I said that's one of the regrets I had, because it was a miserable time. I hated the program. I hated Michigan. I hated everything. And I just pushed through being miserable for over a year, pushing through, taking all the classes for over a year, being miserable. And one of the most depressed time periods in my life, I had to get a therapist while I was up there. I hate it. I wish I couldn't have. I would have not gone through that. Like I've been homeless before, and I've lived in the hood, and I've been in the house with rats and roaches and everything else. And that's the most thing I regret, that time period of my life. So that's what I'm saying. I don't regret much. That's what I regret. Real talk.
I don't know, Tammy. I can't tell you not. Obviously, I am not in a position to tell you how to feel, because that's not, nobody can tell somebody. But I think that I would say that experience made you wiser. I believe it made you, I wouldn't say quitting. I think maybe knowing when to surrender into something is not serving you. But if you didn't go through that, Gizzle, look how much wiser that made you. I mean, I know you're saying this, the debt's not worth it. I get all of that. Mm-hmm. But look at your decision making now. Look how your outlook. You wouldn't have had that. I'm assuming, I don't know, had you not went through that.
I don't think it. I had been through so much life at that point that one year, that I was up there wasn't worth the experience or the afterwards. And that's what I'm saying. As a reflective person, I don't regret most of my decisions in life. I don't regret most of the things. I've dated some bad people. Don't regret it. It taught me something. I've done some bad things in my life. Those things I don't regret. I've done them. And sometimes you gotta accept it. But that's one of the things that I could have controlled that I didn't, because I didn't have that knowledge in that time period to control it. Because I was of that mentality of when you start something, you got to finish it. I could have finished that degree in Georgia for hundreds of thousands of dollars less, is what I'm telling you. Like right now, the program I'm in, it's only like gonna be about $10,000 once I finish it. That degree I got was an $80,000 degree. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's a way I could have done that situation and not be to the point where it is. I just didn't. It's bad. I'm telling you, I don't have many regrets, but God dang it, that's a regret.
It was the situation, Gizzle, not the degree, right? It's the situation.
No, it was the degree too. It was the degree too, because I think that I was because I got it my second year out. Like I got my degree. I started teaching. I stopped teaching after that first year of teaching, and I went to go get the master's full time, right? So now I don't have that much classroom experience, and I don't understand what the concept of a master's degree is because I just finished my bachelor's. Okay. So you said what made me go to that program? Friends. What happened was that everybody that graduated from my undergrad school who was going to get their master's of divinity, because I went to a Christian school, they all went up there. So we were all going up there together. So that was the selling point of going up there. I was going up there because I was going to have a network of people, or at least I thought I was. And I think that's part of the regret too, because I thought I was going to have a network of people. Then once we got up there, we were all ducked off in our own corners living life. So I didn't have no support. I didn't have anything. I was far away from my family. I had to take a flight to get home because I was in Michigan. It wasn't no driving home to Michigan driving to Atlanta from Michigan. So I didn't have no support system, didn't have too many friends. It snowed. It was a miserable. They were racist. It was a miserable time period, all to get a degree that I don't even want. I could have got that degree later. I could have got that degree elsewhere. I could have got that degree from cheaper. And just being stressed out, having to go to work, having to drive in snow to go to work. And I'm not even used to driving on snow. I'm terrified driving. Everything where I live was so far away. It was like everything was 30 minutes away. It was just a bad time period. Like I said, I've lived through stuff. Okay. I've lived in a trap house. I've lived in some stuff. That is the time period of me up there getting that degree. That year and a half was the worst time period. For real, for real. So I wish I could have not had that experience. Period.
Right. Fair enough.
Sorry, we got a little tangent on Tami's life, but baby, I should have quit. To this day, I feel like I should have quit.
All right, guys. Good stuff, Gizzle. Okay, cultural changes. Let's talk about this. Cultural changes. How do you stay adaptable and open-minded in a rapidly changing world? For me, I kind of immerse myself around, with the youth. I don't believe in, like, my sons. I kind of stay up to date. You got to keep yourself kind of, cognizant of what's going on around you. I think a lot of times I've seen a lot of my peers, they kind of get this old fogey mentality too early. Like, yeah, man, I'm too old for that. I'm like, bro, you're only in your 40s, and old is a mindset. Personally, that's how I feel. You're only as old as you feel. I'm not saying, goddamn, go out here and have skinny jeans on and go be partying with a little baby. I'm not telling you to do that. What I'm saying is you have to know what's current, at least be aware of it. And I think as you stay evolving and, new technologies and things of that nature, if you stay tapped into the youth, because that's the future, the youth. I mean, that's who's the future. We're the present. They are they are replacing us, the future. So my whole I don't know what kind of future that's going to be, but we're going to see. But the point I'm saying is, how you stay adaptable and open-minded in a rapidly changing world is to stay open-minded. That's the key. Remain open-minded and stay tapped into the youth and be willing to hear and respect other people's perspectives, even the youth. Gizzle, what you got? And I want to go to the chat. Let's hit it.
I just feel like certain things I'm not going to accept, right? Mm-hmm. I think we hit on this like last week before last, but there's certain parts of the LBGT community that I'm not going to get down. There's been this narrative lately that cis women, which I'm not going to refer to them as cis women at this point because I hate that term. We talked about that last time. Yeah. But that women are getting their aesthetic look from transgender women. And I said, when on earth did a naturally born woman figure out that she want to look like a trans woman? And now y'all pushing a narrative that just isn't true. I think there's a lot of respect and honor in regards to the LGBT community that even Black people haven't gotten. It's like this group of people is getting this type of respect, but you don't even respect these people that's been here forever, that's gonna be here forever. And so I definitely think that there's a time period of open-mindedness. I definitely think that you have to be open-minded, but just because you're open-minded about something doesn't mean you accept it as truth and you honor that. Okay, it doesn't mean you disrespect it either, but it doesn't mean you honor it. You know, if somebody comes to me tomorrow and they Black and they say I identify as a white woman, baby, I can't respect that. Okay, now, but if somebody comes to me and say, okay, my name is Samantha, but I don't want to be called Samantha, I want to be called Barbara, I'm gonna respect that change. It's something I can respect. So I think it's a balance between standing on thoughts that you already believe and hearing other people's thoughts and assessing whether that's something that you're going to, you know, identify as. Because like I said, for me, I'm never going to say I'm a cis woman. I'm a woman. I was born with the parts. I have a vagina, I have breasts, I have the things that make me a woman. I don't have to prove that to nobody, and I don't have to put an extra term in front of my gender identity to affirm somebody else's gender identity. As a matter of fact, it's not my job to affirm anybody else's gender identity. If you identify as a woman, if you are a transgender woman, then you identify as a woman. That's you. But I think we live in a time period where we're making issues that don't involve other people, and making them feeding it upon them. And I think that that's a problem too. So there's a balance between being open-minded and welcoming to everything, and also standing on the things that you also believe in. There's a balance. I think that there's a balance. And I definitely agree with you what you said earlier with listening to the youth. Because like I said, like you said, they do help you kind of open your mind to certain things and hear different things. But some of them kids are stupid. You know, I'll be talking to my kids and they talking about flat earth. They come and ask me, hey, is water wet? Like, y'all just sit down. Like, I don't know. I guess I think we talked about this last week or before. I'm all about balance. There's a balance between, I think in life, and this is my last point I'll make, but I think in life, our goal should always be to be walking towards the truth, whatever the truth is. Okay, you don't want to be walking further away from the truth. You want to be walking towards the truth. And so I think that we've made things truths in this generation that aren't truths. And that's problematic because we're walking further away from the truth. And so for me, while I can allow you to believe what you believe, and I believe what I believe, and it not be disrespectful, I don't have to necessarily affirm that. It's not my job to affirm that. Okay? It's not my job to, I saw this post, right? And it was this transgender woman who was going around recording people misgendering her. Oh, you said sir instead of ma'am. And it's like, you look like a man. You do not look like a woman. You're wearing a skirt, but you look like a man wearing a skirt. So now you're upset that people are calling you sir. Why are you upset? They shouldn't have to affirm your identity if that's what you identify as. You should affirm your own energy. It's not our job, but things are being pushed upon us. I think in this time period that I think it's making it where I can't even be an advocate for this because you're advocate. This is foolishness right now. I don't know if you heard about this, Mac, and I'll stop this because I have so many things about this. There was a spa here in Atlanta where a transgender woman walked into a spa where there were children and completely disrobed, and of course there was a penis there. Children were there.
See, now you're going too far.
You understand? And so if we live in this generation, we got to be open-minded. Oh, okay. Women sometimes have penises. No. It's a level where that open-mindedness has to be like, bro, that's inappropriate. You shouldn't have done that. So
I agree. I agree with every point you just said. Let me speak about the transgenders and that. Look, I don't give, if your ass want to wake up tomorrow and say you a horse and start eating some damn hay, I don't give two flying fucks about that. Excuse my language. I don't care. But that don't mean I'm gonna call you a horse tomorrow. Your ass is a human being that's down there eating hay. You can say hi and start kicking all day long. Your ass ain't gonna be Mr. Ed to me. My thing is this: the peripheral treatment that you may want because of a sexual orientation, you decide. You made a choice to decide to change your sexual or gender. That's your choice. I don't know that unless you broadcast that. That's your business.
Right.
I don't have a choice about my color. And every damn thing that has every negative stereotype that has ever came with this discrimination. But when you sit up here and want some preferential treatment because of your sexual gender or your orientation, you're gonna bring your ass to the front of the line. That triggers me because I don't agree with that.
Right. I don't agree with that. It doesn't have to be gender though, Mac. You can go to Rachel Dolezal, who is transracial. She identifies as a black woman. Baby, you white. You white, sis. Like, what are you even? Why you want these problems over here with the black folks? Like, what are you doing?
But just that's the thing. That's what, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get to the chat. But the point is, you're right. You can push what you want, but you can't make me eat it. You can put whatever you can push what you want. I'm not buying what you selling. And just like if you're not wrong for selling it, I ain't wrong for not buying that bullshit to me. I ain't agreeing with it. So you ain't wrong, I ain't wrong. And let's just call it that. You respect my opinion. We gotta learn how to disagree without denigrating each other. I have my own mind. You got your mind. You say you're a man and you want to wake up a day and you want to be identified as a damn woman. I say I don't agree with that. I say I see you as a man.
Right.
But that don't mean I don't hate you. Right. I love everybody. Do you? If that makes you happy, but don't push that on my children. Don't confuse my children.
Right.
That's the part where you're going too far. You're trying to push this shit on children. Just play. You know what? Because this pissed me off. All right.
Yeah, that's my thing. I think that's so when we talking about the balance between, open-mindedness is a limit to it. There's a limit to what you open-minded to, because when you open your mind to everything, you are a man that don't stand on nothing. Okay, there's a limit to it. You got to stand on some stuff and understand some stuff.
Right. So. Everybody want to put everything is okay. No, everything ain't okay. We live in a time they make everything just okay now. Just ain't nobody standing.
Have you heard of what they're trying to make pedophilia a sexual orientation? Seriously, these are real, and so that's what I'm saying. There's a limit to open-minded. They're trying to make pedophilia. So from a psychological standpoint, in the MDSM, the thing that talks about all the different mental disorders, they're trying to make pedophilia a sexual orientation to I guess remove the stigma from pedophilia, which is a problem. And that's why when we start talking about being accepting of nah, bro, it's some stuff that just ain't right.
We ain't no good stuff. All right, Tony G says we don't have to acknowledge your crap. Thank you. You do you. Don't try to control others. Hey, do you? Keep that over there. You don't want my lifestyle over there. You're not changing my lifestyle as a heterosexual man. I'm not changing yours. Keep the distance with that. All right, moving on. I don't understand why everyone wants to be all inclusive with their personal lifestyle. I don't understand either. We live in a time where not everybody want to push their lifestyle. Listen, y'all, this will get me going in a whole nother direction. All right, good stuff. Very good taste, Gizzle. Good stuff. All right, guys, let's lighten up a little bit. Relationships and dating. All right, what are the biggest differences you've noticed in dating now versus when you were younger? I can't wait to hear what Tony G got to say about this. When I would say in my 20s, the expectations to me when I was in my 20s, it was realistic. Like, guys, when you're 22, 23, 24, you ain't got no damn money. And the girls know you ain't got no money. You're trying to figure out, you just get out your mama house, grandmama house, or whoever raised your rusty ass. You ain't got no damn money. You're trying to figure your life out, Gizzle. So, you take a girl in that time, Applebee's, a 2 for $20. It was the effort that mattered. The movie, it was the thought that went behind it, and she appreciated that moment, that gesture. So I say for me, dating then, it wasn't so much about what you spent. It was more about or where you took them. It was just more about the quality of the time. And now versus now, everything is so many restrictions. If he ain't got this, that, and the third, or he don't do this, that, and the third, we ain't going out. Well, you know, Mac won't take your monkey ass out nowhere. Then we not doing that. Y'all know my rule on no boo. No boo means no boo. We don't go to no boo. So you're gonna start your ass right off there at that Cheesecake Factory with me. If that ain't good enough for you, I'll eat there by my goddamn self. So that's what I say the difference is between now. I think there's a sense of entitlement. The women, when I was younger, they didn't have entitlement like that. There was more appreciation to be taken out. They appreciated the date. Now it's more of what you could take me out, but here's 65 things you gotta do first. We're gonna leave your ass right at the house. All right, Gizzle, what's your take on that? Because I want to hear what Chat got to say. What up, Kimmy? Welcome in, baby. Good to see you, Kimmy.
So you're talking to somebody who didn't date much in their youth. So when I'm talking, I'm going to go back old school. I'm going to go back to high school. I'm going to go back to the middle school and the energy behind it. For me, I think more so than talking about the caliber of the dates or where the dates were, I think there's a lack of intentionality holistically from both ends, the men and the women. When I think about the guys who liked me when I was in high school, it wasn't ambiguous. There was no ambiguity. We knew baby was gonna confess his love from the rooftops. Okay, he was gonna let it be known.
That's true.
That it was, and it's this ambiguous and confused as energy that comes with dating these days, where you don't even know if this person really likes you. If they just want to, there's this confused energy that I hate about it.
Mind games. It's called mind games, Pam. Mind games.
I don't even want to say it's mind games because I don't think it's they even some of them even smart enough to play mind games. It's just some of them just dumb. So I think about I'm gonna, because like I said, I have a very limited dating history.
Okay.
I think about my boyfriend when I was a senior in high school, and I was dating this guy, and he has since passed away. And yeah, but I loved him, and he loved me. Right. Now, was I in love with him? Was he in love with me? I think he definitely was in love with me. I ain't gonna hold you on that one. But I loved him, and I loved his mama, and I loved his grandmama, and I loved his family. Okay, I would get on the phone, and it was so much intentionality in their relationship. I would get on the phone, and me and him and his grandmama, we would be having Bible study. Okay, I was 17 years old. This is the type of relationship I had at 17 years old.
Bible study with grandmama there?
Seriously, this is the type of relationship I had with him. This is the type of relationship I had at that age. That's why I said it was a love there, and I think if he didn't know who he was at that point, and he was young. And he didn't know who he was, but I was pretty sure of who I was at that time period. I was pretty sure of the things that I had to do. He had some growing to do. And that's why that relationship wasn't working for me, because I was on such a level because I had to be. And he wasn't there yet. And once again, his mama was raising him, and there was a coddling that was happening there. And I love his mom. Okay, his mama's still on my phone. He's passed away, been gone for years and years now. His mama's phone number still in my phone. And I just knew how he felt about me. There was no ambiguity about how he felt about me. I remember I was at his house one time, and like his boys that came to like ask him could he come outside or whatever, because of course we in high school. Right. And all he did, he didn't say nothing to bro. I was sitting on his couch. He opened the door. He just pointed at me. Bro was like, I got you, bro. Close the door. Because his girl was there. Like it was this, like there was this energy behind being proud to have your woman. Like there was this energy, and I think it lacks these days. I think it's a lot of secretism these days, and it's weird. It's just a weird energy behind dating. And so there was so much intentionality there. And I knew even after we broke up, he moved and I graduated, and he found me the night I graduated and pulled up on the graduation party I was at, pulled up. That was, we weren't even together no more, but I knew he loved me and cared about me, pulled up on me. Then me and my family, he moved back to North Carolina, South Carolina, one of them Carolinas. We was in town. We weren't even in town, in his town. We went to Myrtle Beach. Do you know he drove 3 hours to come see me in Myrtle Beach? We wasn't together no more. This was years after we dated. Bro drove to come see me hours and hours so he could see me, to sit with me. And it's so crazy because it's when I'm talking about this is making me super emotional because his pictures that he took that night he came to see me are the pictures they used for his funeral. So there was so much intentionality. There was so much love, and it's just not there no more. And then even if I go to the person I dated after him, we were young, 18, 19 years old. If I needed anything, I didn't have no car. He had a car. If I needed anything, I said, babe, I don't feel safe at this bus stop. Stay where you at. I'm gonna pick you up.
Right.
Babe, I need this. I remember, like I told you, I've lived life. I remember my senior year of high school, we didn't have water. We woke up on water. We didn't have any water at all. The water wasn't working. This man had been working security all night. And he came and he brought 10 jugs of water so that we would have water. This is before we even was dating. Saw a need and took care of it. Right? And this was a young nigga. He was 19. Didn't have to be taught that. Didn't have to be taught. And it wasn't something that was super duper expensive for him, but it was just being, and there's such lack of intentionality these days. You got to force feed these dudes to take you on a date. You got to force feed them to do right, to stand on their word, to do the things that they say that's going to do. You got to force, and it's so, and I think people are like, y'all women are not doing this and that. It's problems on both ends, but boy, you got to be a man. Like, I feel like these both these gentlemen that I'm talking about, nobody had to teach them how to be no man to me. Did anybody teach them how to be my man to me? They did it. It was automatic. It was a exchange. And the thing is, and the same thing, they knew when nothing I wouldn't give them either.
So reciprocity. Let's sum that up though, because that's a lot you unpacked a lot.
Reciprocity.
Right. Let's get it. Because I want the chat and the viewers to take away from that segment reciprocity. So you're saying the difference between dating today and yesteryear in your early experiences, reciprocity. I say appreciation. Yeah, damn the same thing. I get okay. Good stuff. Good stuff, Gizzle. All right, chat. I need y'all to weigh in on that one. That's a really good one.
I'll say reciprocity, but I think more so what I was getting at is what I always say was intentionality. There was intentionality behind how you love people, how you interact with them. Yeah, intentionality is a better one.
Intentionality, and that's good stuff. Hey, what up, Kent? My guys in the building, man. What up, baby? Welcome in. Kent, I need y'all this. Okay, so the question is for the chat. And what is the difference between dating you feel now and then when you were, today's dating and yesteryear when you were younger? Now I think Kent's in a relationship. I know my boy Tone's in a relationship, but you still can contrast and compare yesteryear versus today. Tami says it's intentionality. Mine is I would say appreciation. This sense of entitlement has just got just damn ridiculous. So definitely, I want to hear about that. Tony G says, dating was easy. In my 20s, I was military. They loved the fact. Yeah, they did love the fact it's military, man. You couldn't beat that. But I tried to be a charmer. After I got older, I actually started caring about what's on their mind. That's good. Yeah, back in that day, Tony, just think about it. In the 90s, when we was in the military, just having a job, nigga, you was all right. Nigga, you had a uniform on. You had a guaranteed paycheck every 2 weeks. That little $285 they paid us we was winning. We thought we was rich, boy. Back in the day. So,
hey, man. To this day, having a job is still very important. Oh, you a mechanic? Oh, you work in the factory? Oh, you go to work? Oh, that's great.
So you like a gentleman to sum up everything, Tami. Yeah, Tami likes a gentleman. Absolutely. I think that's fair to say. She likes a gentleman. Men are not gentlemen anymore.
They not, bro.
What happened to the gentleman? Listen, you know what? I'm gonna get to that because I got a question about that shit. All right, what happened to gentlemen? Okay? Tony G says they look at me and saw the benefits in the paycheck. They did. When we was in the military, they saw that paycheck. All right, what my boy Ken says. Yo, I'm in a relationship. Still feel underappreciated at times. So I've been there, bro. Too much social media and distractions, if I'm being honest. You know what? And Kent, thank you, by the way, man, for supporting my book. Tony G, thank you as well for your purchase. Kent and everybody else. But Kent, you're going to read, when you get to that I don't know how far you are along, but in my book, I had a specific relationship in California, and that was the reason I left because I wasn't appreciated most of the time. And it's good to hear a man say that because it's always the women that broadcast, I'm not appreciated, not appreciated. But as a man, I know what it's like to be in a relationship and not to be valued or appreciated or be told you're worth more than I gave you credit for. Well, what the F is the point of being with me if you don't want to give me the credit for being a good man? We don't have the answer to that. That's why I know I'm no longer with that individual. But the point I'm saying, it is sad times, man, with that. Thank you for sharing that, brother. My girl Coco said social media is a distraction, but it's a choice to follow what they do. Be your own individual. Amen to that, Coco. Amen to that. That's good stuff. So dating. Coco, are you dating these days? You have to ask Coco. Coco, she done lost that weight. She's showing them she's showing that thigh meat. So Coco might be going on dates these days. You just never know. All right, Tony G says, what happened to being classy ladies and classy guys? Tone, when did the gentleman go out of style? Because the gentleman never goes out of style. Like, who told the guys that the gentleman, he the one that get the cootie cat. The gentleman, he gets it.
I think part of the issue with that is that you have men that are choosing women for the wrong reason. They're not choosing women based on character. They're choosing them based on looks. They're choosing them based on these and the things. So what happens with that is that you have a whole bunch of women that don't even really like you, but they're using you for what you got. And so now you bitter, you burnt. You don't. They call it simping. You're simping. You're simping because you chose a woman who ain't gonna reciprocate, and that goes back to what we were saying: dating with intentionality and also reciprocal. Because, like I said, with my men, I never forget my ex. He's married with kids now. Shout out to him. He's a real one. But I never forget my ex. How we started dating was he like I said, he was doing for me before we even dated. It was not, and it wasn't like big things, but he was doing for me before we even dated, right? So I'll never forget his birthday came around. His birthday is 10 days after mine, right? Or a week after mine, 7 days after mine. And so when his birthday came around, I bought him a cake, I bought him some balloons, I got him a cart, and then on the cake, I didn't get it made, but I just bought a sheet cake and then I bought the little stuff for us to write on it together. And we did that. And that was the night he asked me to be his girlfriend. He was like, nobody's ever been this intentional about loving on me. And I wasn't even his girlfriend at that time. I was just his friend that was a girl. But it was that energy. He had done for me before, and I wanted to do for him. It wasn't spending money on the N-word. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't none of that. It was literally like, he has been here for me. He's been, and I want to do something nice for him. And we went out. We went to Dave and Buster's or something like that. Because like I said, we were 19 years old. But it was a great, and he asked me to be his girlfriend that night. And that's what it was. It was like, it's like, I don't know if you ever heard of the series Love Comes Softly.
No, Gizzle.
Okay, it's a you would have to see it. But it was like there was a buildup in relationships during this time period. It wasn't like it is now where you see the person on social media all day long. You get to see pictures of them all day long. You had to reminisce about them. You had to think about them. You had to, it was like a buildup. You couldn't see them every day. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like this buildup. And so it was kind of, love was building softly. It was not like an overnight thing like a lot of these relationships are these days, where it's just like overnight fling, y'all hook up at a club one night. It wasn't like, it was like a slow build. It was a slow burn. And I think it made the relationships richer and deeper because of that experience, because it's not just how I feel about you is not based on this one moment. It's based on a series of moments that have where we've shown that we care about each other in different ways. We've been intentional about showing, but it's not like that no more. And people are picking these people on the wrong thing, getting used for all their money, and now they don't want to do nothing for nobody because you a simp if you do that. No, you're not a simp. Doing for your girl does not make you a simp. Doing for the woman that you with does not make you a simp. It does not make you a simp to do that. Like, because I promise you, if you get the right woman and you doing for her, baby, she gonna do everything for you and then some. But you choosing wrong. And I think we always talk about how women choose wrong. Bro, you're choosing the wrong ones.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Man, we can choose the wrong ones too. I've done that. I've chose wrong. And I chose wrong because the ass was good. I'm keeping it all the way a stack with y'all. I've chose wrong. Like, I'm like, damn, the signs was there all along, but you were so preoccupied in the thralls of passion bro, you missed a red sign. So at the end of the day, you can't really get mad at Shorty. She showed you she wasn't about shit the whole time, but the sex was good. Let's keep it being. Jizzle, great stuff. Jizzle, you done had a few decent men in your life. You done had a few.
I
All right.
mean, does it count when you 18 and 19?
Yes, that counts. All right, Jizzle. Hold that thought.
We were children.
Oh my God. Okay. Entertainment and hobbies. This is gonna be good. And we kind of talked about this last week, Jizzle, but we're gonna kind of expound though. What TV shows, movies, or books have had a lasting impact on you? So we're gonna go with one TV show, one movie, and one book. All right, Jizzle? One TV show, one movie, one book. All right, so for me, one TV show, of course, I'm gonna stick with what I said last week, and that was the Cosby Show. One movie, oh man. Whoo, that's hard, man. I would have to say, oh Jesus, what movie really shaped my mind that like now one movie. If I had to pick one that I could watch all, I'm gonna say The Godfather. I'm gonna say The Godfather. Yes, because of the values, the principles, the things that those men stood for. It's so many life lessons in the Godfather series 1 and 2. When I was younger, it was over my head. But as you get older, I come to appreciate, what Vito Corleone was doing and Michael Corleone. It's a lot of life lessons. So I would say The Godfather movie 1 and 2. I'll throw that series in there. Not 3. I'm good on 3. Books, whew, a lot of them. But I'll just nail it down to one. I'll say Dr. Kimbrough's What Makes the Great Great by Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. That's one of my favorite books of all time. What Makes the Great Great. All right. Hey, chat, I need y'all one movie, one TV show, and one book. All right, Gizzle, what you got? Give me one TV show.
What's the question again about what shaped me?
Okay. What TV shows, movies, or books have had a lasting impact on you?
I think so. I interact with things in a certain way that a lot of people don't interact with things in that same way. So for a TV show, I don't know what I'm gonna do for a movie. That one I don't know, but for a TV show, I'm gonna go with Insecure. I know we spoke about this before, but okay. For me, during the time period, like I think that you have the great shows of the 90s. Like you have the Living Singles, you have the Girlfriends, you have those wonderful shows that we talked about beforehand, right? You have those shows, but sometimes when you're watching those shows, you're not in that age range to appreciate it. Like one of my favorite shows of all time is Dawson's Creek, period, point blank. I have the entire series of Dawson's Creek on DVD. That just for context. Okay. So one of my, but does that show affect me? I definitely think it affects me to a certain extent, but you have to realize those are white people. That's not a Black person experience. Right. So when I think about Insecure and I think about where I was during that time period where it was filmed, when it was filmed, and what I was going through, I was literally going through the same thing that Issa and her friends were going through. I was in my late 20s, early 30s. I was transitioning jobs. I was trying to figure out who I was. I was trying to figure out what the next move was. And that's what that show was about. It's about being insecure in that space of uncertainty. It was about making decisions. Do you want to work with Black people? Do you want to work with white people? How will that affect your experience? All of the things that they were going through in that show, dating, whether, and I was having some come to Jesus moments based on that show. Like, does everybody have to have a whole phase? I've never had a whole phase. Am I gonna have it? Is it gonna be a thing that I have? And I was like, I don't want a whole phase. And like going through that process of what that show was, having watched that whole series, yeah, that was I think transformational. And then knowing from a person that wants to be a film standpoint that was Issa Rae's brainchild and just how brilliant she was in the production of that, bro. I honestly. It to this day, it still has a profound effect. I can't tell you how many times I watched that series through. Okay, from season 1 to season 5 or 4, whatever the last season was. I've watched that series so many times, and it's still, and it's so crazy because sometimes I go back and watch it and I'm still catching new stuff. I'm like, bro, yo, like, I think another thing, and I think something I'm going through right now is what friendship was in that show too, because I think that, like I said earlier, friendships change and transform over time. And so what friendship was in that show and how the friendship had to go through something in order to metamorphosize into something else. So, beautiful show. So that's what I'm gonna go for show. For book, I mean, y'all ain't gonna get it. Y'all ain't gonna get it, but who I tell y'all, Hunger Games.
Okay, Hunger Games, the book. Okay. What about movie?
Movie, I'm not sure if there is. I'm gonna say Slumdog Millionaire.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Slumdog Millionaire. We rock with that. All right. Tony G says TV show Martin, movie Higher Learning. Higher Learning was good. Books, The 48 Laws of Power. Yeah. That one, I love that one. The 33 Strategies of War by all of Robert Greene. All of Robert Greene's books. Oh, yeah, one of my favorite authors of all time. Him and Ryan Holiday. Maria says, lean on me. Miss Levice, I cannot get that Miss Levice out of my damn mind with that damn Morgan Freeman. I cannot get that out of my mind. You're killing your brain cells, son. That was a good movie. TV show, Different World. Book, Battlefield of the Mind, man. I love it. That's good stuff, man. Anything else, guys, before we get to got about 2 more of these, and we're going to get to everybody's favorite segment. Respect it or reject it. Y'all know it's about to be fun. We're going to see what we can get Gizzle on this one, this week. All right. I know, right? All right, guys. Let's go to financial wisdom. And we're going to touch on about 2 more of these. What advice would you give someone in their 20s or 30s and about financial? I've always said save. I believe in money is only 3 things you can do. You're supposed to spend some, save some, and enjoy some. And I know it's a lot of times in this generation, people don't think long term and from a posterity standpoint. Spend some, save some, and enjoy that shit. But my only thing is actually find ways to make your money work for you. So those are very important things. I wish when I was younger I would have met someone that would have told me, get old boy coming up out of Chicago, hey, invest in this stock called Apple and all these other things like some of my other peers did, and they were mentored to do, but I wasn't. So anyway, of course, real estate, things of that nature. But I would always just say, hey, you know what? Definitely save. And you're right, Tone, invest in life insurance. Good stuff. But let me get to Kent before I let you get to that one, Gizzle. Kent says, Martin, The Wood, The Intelligent Investor adding an album. He had, Nas, Untitled, Distant Relatives with Damian Marley. Well, come on, man. You know how we feel about Nas over here, man. This is a pro Nas channel. I got one of the best takes out there on YouTube on Nas. Invest in whole life insurance. Because definitely get you some damn good whole life insurance. Good stuff. Gizzle, anything you want to add on that financial advice before we move out of here? Anything?
I definitely think that not just saving, but getting a high yield savings. Get a high yield savings. Don't just get a regular savings account, because the regular savings account, you're gonna get a little bit of interest, but them high yield savings is gonna change the game. And I also will say invest. If I had known better, I would have been investing more earlier.
Yes.
So high yield savings and investing.
Good stuff. Anybody else got anything to add before we get to our next?
Also, let me add something. Don't try to live above your means. I think a lot of the problem that we have in this generation, you trying to keep up with the Joneses, having this house, this car, that don't live above your means. It's like I think somebody in chat said earlier, if you can't afford it yourself, don't get it. Period.
That's real. That's the biggest thing. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing. Live below your means. Shit, you ain't lying about that. That's good stuff. Anybody else before we move to the next one? Anybody else? Okay. If you do, throw it in the chat. We'll get to it. All right. I want to ask you this. This is going to be fun. Fashion and style. How has your personal style evolved over time? Good ass question. Well, I would say for me, it went from, shit. Why did it go for me? I don't know. I went from t-shirt, jeans to, I don't know, more college. I think it's more relaxed grown man style now. I really don't. It's kind of hard to say. I've always been a fly dude, so I can't really say. I've always been into fashion. I would just say it's more casual comfort now for me. I don't, I don't wear as many sneakers as I used to. Not as many. I mean, but I like a good pair of joggers, some damn slides. I think comfortable. The older you get, give me a comfortable pair of shoes, some joggers, a nice t-shirt, and let me get out the door. I'm good. I like comfort, me personally. Gizzle, anything? How has your fashion evolved before I get to the chat and get back to them?
I think people got to understand I'm a model. And so
all right, let us know. Just talk to.
If you go and you look at pictures of me from a couple months ago, I'm gonna look different because baby, I'm gonna always switch it up. And you know, I think it's a little bit different for men and women in regards to fashion because our fashion isn't just our clothes, it's our hair, it's our makeup, it's our style. Like it transforms. So I think how it changed, how my style has changed. When I was in Korea, I was very thin. I was modeling, and so I started to wear crop tops and like high-waisted skirts, things of that nature. Basically, I started dressing for my body type. I understood that a bodysuit is gonna eat every time on me. I wore one last night and the men were all over this bald-headed heifer. Okay. So
oh, was that the one where you were singing? Is that where you were doing your singing? You were performing? Yeah. I saw in the stories. Oh, by the way, Gizzle was performing last night, karaoke. She killed it. And yeah. I saw it.
I had so much fun. Like we gonna be doing that every week for the real run. But yeah. So yeah, it's like my style has changed so much, and it changes all the time with what, like right now I'm really into monochromatic outfits where I'm wearing the same color but like different shades of the color, but they all go together. That's really what I'm into. When I was younger, I was really into wearing heels, but these days I can wear a heel or I can wear a flat that is gonna eat it up. Purses, like I used to be a big huge purse lady, but I've gone into smaller little clutches and things of that nature lately. I didn't used to wear jewelry because my church does not believe in women wearing jewelry, people wearing jewelry. So I didn't used to wear jewelry, but obviously my nose is pierced, my ears are pierced, other things in my body are pierced that you won't see. So you know, my look changes often. But I guess the most significant thing about my look changing is that me dressing for my body type. That's it. Because whatever I do is gonna look good on me. Okay.
And if y'all see me with some waves next week, mind your damn business. They bringing bald head niggas back from the grave. I don't give a damn what y'all say. I might come in here with some 360 waves. I've been flirting with the idea.
When I laugh in your face, just be prepared.
Well, you've already told me, and I know you've told me you're gonna do that, and that's okay. I'm prepared for that. But for the weekend, I'm gonna be that nigga. I will be outside, baby. You gonna see. You gonna have okay. All right. My girl Joanna, what up, though, from the D? What up, baby? She says, "Don't compare yourself to others; that'll kill your joy." That is true. Baby bro says financial literacy should be a mandatory thing. You're right, but America wants to keep us financially ignorant so they can take advantage of us. All right. Kenny here giving out financial tips, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all write this down. Kenny here giving out. He said, invest whatever Congress is investing in. He is right. Kent says, thank me later. Y'all write all this shit. Kent down. Kent's a very, very, very smart brother, man. Really, really happy to have him in the community, in the family. Whatever that shit is, Apple, Microsoft, NVDA. Kent, I don't know what NVDA is. Baby, bro, make sure you write that down so we can go invest in that because I just trust Kent. I just goddamn it blindly trust Kent. I just do. All right. Okay. Coco says she went from tomboy to dress to fine like a woman. All right. I seen Coco rocking the skirt. I'm telling y'all, Coco's showing thigh meat. She's showing that thigh meat. That thigh meat. All right. Tony G says still the same, but a little up in price. I have always been a jogging pants sneakerhead and different watches, but a comfort type of guy. Always been smooth. You goddamn Tone. You say it again. Let me read that shit again. Always been smooth. God damn it. You're just right. Shit. Tony G. Shit. He don't like shit but sneakers and MacTash TV.
Okay, right. I just wrote the NVDA down because, baby, as soon as we get off this podcast, what?
Hey, Gizzle, if Kent say it, it's good to go. Trust me.
Kent and Tony. Tony just co-signed.
Okay, yeah, both of them. They be knowing they stuff. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's see. Tony says, follow Pelosi. She don't take losses. Okay, Gizzle, write that down. Make sure you follow Pelosi. You got that. All right. Good stuff, y'all. We got the greatest chat in the world, man. I swear. And the panel. Vanilla chocolate drip. Hey, you see this vanilla chocolate drip? I don't give a damn what. Listen, don't pay Gizzle no attention, okay? Okay? I'm vanilla chocolate, goddammit. Wearing this Coogee fly ass button up. I give a damn what. Listen, Gizzle, let me have my moment. Good stuff, y'all. Anybody?
Do you remember the time period? I don't know if it was late 90s or early 2000s where everybody had the Coogee outfits, like the knitted Coogee outfit. I wanted one of them.
I still got them, Gizzle. I still
I'm telling you, I wanted one so bad.
Them boys are still hard.
I never got it, bro. I never got it. To this day.
We gonna get you one. Artificial intelligence microchip. Okay. All right. Can't giving out us free financial tips. Gizzle, you writing this down now?
Listen, I got it down on here on my notepad.
All right. That's a very smart brother, man. All right. Okay, smooth operator. Yeah, we got a smooth operator over there with Tony G. At. That Tony G said he always been that nigga. Fuck you, man. All right. Good stuff. All right, y'all. This is good. I got next thing I want to ask y'all. Wait a minute. We got about fashion here, baby. Hold on. Last two, then we about to go. I'm about to go mess with Gizzle, or she gonna mess with me because she like to do opposite sometimes just to F with me. She ain't fooling me.
No, I don't. Right. I do my answer.
Allegedly. Okay, guys. Food and culinary trends. I know this is Gizzle. This is gonna warm your heart because you do cook. That's what you do. All right. What are some of your favorite foods or recipes and have your have your taste change over time? Let me start with that. Favorite, have my taste buds change over time? Hell yeah. Because when I was younger, I could eat goddamn ramen noodles and tuna. I can't eat that shit no more. It'll take your boy out. The sodium alone, y'all will see my ass somewhere on the stretcher. I'm out of here. Insurance policy cashed in ASAP if I eat that shit today. I don't want that. My steaks has changed. I would say one of my favorite foods. I would have to say Caribbean food. Of course, I'm biased to great Dominican food. Sancocho. I just love Dominican food. So I would say Caribbean food. Of course, soul food. If it's cooked not with too much sodium, I still love me some good soul food. And my brother's barbecue. He's a phenomenal grill master. If any grill masters in the house, let it be known. But Babe Brother's a great grill master. I don't really have no recipes. I just cook to survive when I'm cooking for myself. So I'm gonna leave that up to Gizzle. So Gizzle, 2-part question for you: has your taste buds changed, and some of your recipes?
I definitely think your taste buds change and mature as you get older. Back in the day, I could eat all those little Debbie pies and things like that. I can't eat that. I don't know. That is not food. But if you go back in the day, I love me some hot Cheetos, and to this day, I will a bag of hot Cheetos. Okay, I will mess up a bag of hot Cheetos.
I feel you with that.
Okay, so it's certain things that don't have changed, and certain things that have not changed. For me, I think I've been intentional about eating healthier with less sugars, more proteins, less carbohydrates. I love bread, I love rice, I love pasta, but I can't have it every day. It makes me sad because I can't have it every day, but I can't have it every day, bro. I can't eat that every day. Like it's gonna be bad because, like I said, I gain weight in my midsection first, and that's gonna be the first thing, the place to go. So, being intentional about eating healthier, making sure I get my vegetables in, different types of vegetables that I eat, because it was a point where I wasn't eating the type of vegetables I eat. So I think my taste buds have changed. They have matured. They have gotten better. It's even with some of the fruits and things I eat. As far as favorite recipes, I cook. Like I cook in real life. Cook. I can cook Southern food. I can fry you up some chicken with some macaroni and cheese and some collard greens and some cornbread. I can go Caribbean. I could do jerk chicken or whatever with some rice and peas and some cabbage. I can go Italian. I could do lasagna. I can do any type of, I can do homemade Alfredo from scratch. Like I really cook. I can go Asian. I could do some stir fry with some whatever type of chicken that go along with it, or tofu, because I do tofu with mine. I grill. I'm the one who grills in my family. I get on the grill and I can do some tender beef ribs with sausage and hamburgers and hot dogs and of course chicken. Y'all notice I'm not saying anything pork, right? We don't eat pork in my no pork on the fork. I don't cook that. What else? I mean, honestly, I just have so many recipes and so many things that I cook that, soup. I'll make a bomb thing of a broccoli cheese soup. One of my favorite recipes. I can make bread from scratch too. I'm one of those people I'm one of those people who can bake and cook. I cook better than I bake, but I can bake as well. So I have a really good banana nut muffin recipe. You can ask my coworkers. I brought them some, and they tore them muffins up. Okay. Breakfast. I'm gonna mess up some breakfast. Okay. I did breakfast for my school twice last semester, and the breakfast, it was full. I had pancakes, waffles, grits, eggs, sausage, bacon. What else I had with it? A fruit tray. Like really, I do this. I really cook in real life, so I can't say one specific recipe is my go-to recipe because I cook in real life.
All right, I figured you would say that. You this is what you do. All right, good stuff. Joanna says, I love Thai food. It used to be soul food until I started traveling. That's okay. All right. That truck driving life, huh? Yeah, it's been out there on the road, tasting all types of shit. Though I can throw down in the kitchen when it comes to soul food. I bet you can cook. I bet you can. You just got that face that look like, yo, goddamn, I could just see the meat falling off the bone. Something about that woman's face makes me think she can just tear that goddamn some good goddamn neck bones up or something. Anyway, I digress. All right, Kent says, I can't mess with dairy no more. No, dairy too much. Pizza, gone. I eat almost raw now. Oh.
Wow, yeah, I'm leaning towards going raw soon. We'll see though.
Now y'all can have that raw shit. I'm gonna need me some pizza every now and then. God bless y'all. Taste buds changed because you were going downtown too much, Mac. Just kidding, but mine has changed as well real bad. Coco, I thought you really liked me, Coco. You didn't say I ate so much cootie cat, my taste buds didn't change. Hell, maybe it did, Coco. Shit, far be it for me to even. I can't even argue with you at this point. All the wild shit I've done. All right. Ken says, Tammy, investment advice for free plates. Oh, that's a good quid pro. That's a good quid pro quo. How about that, Gizzle? How about that?
Hey, we might have to make that happen.
All right. When we do our live show at McTash the weekend, everybody's coming, and maybe we can get some of Gizzle's food. She get off the platform and go over there and we go taste her food. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right. Tony G. My taste has changed a great deal, moving to being vegan. Okay. I have a pastry degree. I did not know. Damn, Tom. I'm a certified MS cook, grill master, great cook. I used to cater graduations in Maryland.
Oh, you really do this.
Who effing with Tone? Nobody messing with Tone and nobody with his goddamn sneakers and his jogging pants on, busting your ass. Nobody. All right, AJ says, Caribbean food for the win. There you go, baby. There you go, baby. There you go. Baby brother's a chef, too. Don't let him fool you. He says, Pinterest will be your best friend. YouTube also for recipes. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm so cold in the kitchen. I cook food I ain't never ate before. Like, I cook fish. I ask my people about my salmon. Ask my people about my fried fish. And I don't eat fish. I don't eat salmon. Ask my people about my eggs. And like, it's so crazy. I'm really like that. It's crazy.
Can one of you niggas act right so y'all can be eating Gizzle food every day?
Let me tell you something, Mac. This has nothing to do with anything, but I had the weirdest dream this morning. Remember the dude I was telling you about?
Yeah.
I had a dream. This man, I don't know. I had a dream, okay, that
MLK had a dream too.
No,
go ahead.
Let me tell you what the dream was. So I had a dream that I went to Korea for some reason. And I went to Korea, and for some reason, he joined the military again. Why he joined the military again, I don't know. And I saw him and his military buddies going up the escalator on one end, and I was going down the escalator on one end. And he saw me, and I knew one of his military buddies. How I knew the military buddy, I don't know. And they was like, Tam. And I was like, hey, bro. And I was like, oh, my God, it's not you. Anyway, long story short, he caught me, grabbed me by the butt, lifted me up off the ground, told me he loved me, kissed me. I told him I love him back. And then we walked off into the sunset together. And I said, no, why is this my dream? Why is he even in my dream? Get out of my dream.
Because this nigga about to come get you. We about to manifest this love shit. Okay? This is happening. Hey, I don't know. Yes, it is, because we've already talked about this behind closed doors. Okay. Coco says, Coco, now I know you got love for me, baby. You know that. If don't nobody else love me, you do. I know that. And you about right. My taste bud did change because I was probably downtown so long. You ain't wrong. Shit. All right. Thank you for at least abstaining on that. Thank you. Kent says, Tone do it all, damn it. Yeah, Tone can do every damn thing. Tone a bad man. I'm trying to tell y'all something. Jamaican food, Tony G. Kent says, Tony G says, Kent, when you grow up like I have in my condition, you learn how to do it all you can. I love it. All right, y'all. It is time for everybody's favorite segment. Respected or rejected. Yes, sir. But it's with a twist. All right. Let's see what me and Gizzle come up with. All right. A person who doesn't vote. Respect it or reject it. I'm going to kick it off. I respect it. Gizzle?
In this climate, I have to reject it. We got some terrible things going on that can potentially change democracy as a whole, and I think it's irresponsible at this point if you live in this country to not vote. And I'm not even just talking about the presidential election. I'm even talking about the local elections. Like, we have to start going out and voting. And I think I can be guilty of it too, because I don't always feel like I'm knowledgeable about the topics at hand. But we gotta vote, because when we don't vote, we're letting people take control of our fate. And I think it's irresponsible. And then be complaining about it afterwards. Like, no, you can't complain if you ain't vote. So vote.
I respect it. Jizzle rejected. Kent says he respected. Kent said he ain't feeling this. She ain't feeling it. What we got? We got Juwan says she respected. She says she can pass. On that, Kent says I live in Nashville. My vote don't matter. Man, Kent, don't get me started on that. Good stuff. All right. Me and Jizzle, we were polar opposites on that one. All right, y'all. A celebrity pastor with a damn mega church.
Rejected.
I reject it. I ain't gonna lie. I reject it, because I ain't seen what the benefit of all these damn celebrity pastors with mega churches and what it's done. Man, I call most of these pastors pulpit pimps. I don't give a damn. I don't care who I offend. Most of them are just pulpit pimps, and they do it, and they run here some of the biggest womanizers, con artists in the world. I listen. I reject it. Don't get me started about that. Don't get me started about that. Don't get me started about them guys. So we reject. Let's see what the chat say. Okay, chat, what y'all got? Celebrity pastors in mega churches. Lean like it can't. Yeah, can't reject it. Can't like he ain't feeling that either. Joanna reject it. You reject it. They ain't number pimps. Let's see. Rejected. Coco ain't feeling them either. Pulpit ditties. I like that. P. Diddy's pulpit ditties. Exactly. So we all unanimous pretty much rejected. Ain't nobody. We all tired of these goddamn mega churches with these damn pulpit pastors, these celebrity pastors. Ain't saving nobody. The hell up out of here. Ain't saving. Don't get me started. And I know, Gizzle, you can go down a rabbit hole about that. So I already know. You know, pastor, so we know.
Eddie Long used to come to our school when I went to school.
Reject that.
Right.
Reject that.
You know, and the kids that was in the case against Eddie Long, they were kids I went to school with. So yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I went to school with. That was who was the kids that was coming to his house.
Did them dudes went to school with you? The Eddie Long that he was molested.
The ones that Eddie Long had, they had the suit against Eddie Long. Yeah.
All right, we gonna leave you, man. Yeah. We all united. Hey, we all united on that. Reject them celebrity pastors and mega churches. I'm about tired of y'all pulpit pimps. Anyway, all right. Being a step parent, respect it or reject it. Oh, that's a tough one for me. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna respect. I'm gonna respect this. I'm gonna respect it. Being a step
I reject it.
Oh, that's a tough one, man. I'm gonna respect it.
I reject it.
I'm gonna respect it because that's a tough one for me. Because part of me really want to reject that shit. Like, but my brother, he raised he was a stepdad and changed that woman's life, that girl's life. So I was like, I can't say I ain't. Okay, Gizzle. Okay.
But you know why? If I had
Gizzle, why?
No, because if I had kids, it'll be different. Maybe I would understand. But like, I'm at this point in my life having seen my dad.
Tami, said, Tami, please expound.
No, because y'all don't understand. My dad was married to my brother's mom first, got divorced. My mama raised my brother that from the other lady as her own. Okay, my older brother who was murdered, right? And then my daddy divorced my mama, was cheating on my mama the whole time, was cheating on my mama, got this other lady pregnant, and then got this lady pregnant, had my other brother, right? Then as soon as my mom and dad's divorce was over, he married my stepmom and had another son. When his funeral happened, it was pure chaos. I don't want the problems. I don't have no kids. I don't know why I'm investing myself in a situation where I'm about to deal with somebody's baby mama, especially if they're not on good terms. That is a stress and a duress that I don't want in my life. So I don't want to be no step parent. If it happens that way, it happens that way. But I really would prefer not to be nobody's stepmama. So sorry, not sorry.
All right, if you're that guy with kids and you got all the qualities, Gizzle says she can't rock with you. Sorry, guys. All right, sorry. Okay, all right. Okay, let's move. Let's see what we got. We got AJ says she respect the younger kids but reject the teenagers.
You can't caveat, AJ.
You can't caveat. No caveat. It's only respected or rejected. So AJ, you need to answer that again. Do you respect it or do you reject it? Ain't no caveats with this, ma'am. See, your ass been missing. You don't know about that. Ain't no caveats with that. All right. Ken says there's no shade at all, just really interesting. Teenagers give you freedom. They won't need a babysitter. You ain't lying. Teenagers, and they ain't paying you no attention. They don't give a damn. They know you ain't their mama. They like whatever. Oh, they dad. They know. All right, respect it. I respect it. All right, good stuff. Gizzle she says she can't do it. She can't do it, y'all.
I want to.
She's a woman that's true to her dogmatic beliefs. I respect it. All right. Body enhancements. And I say that because these men out here getting body enhancements too. These niggas getting calf surgery, height surgeries.
Reject. Reject.
I reject that too. I'm just a natural person, man. Shouldn't nigga, you don't need no that. Nigga, if you 5'3", my nigga, just be the best 5'3". What you trying to go and get height enhancements to be 6'1"? Your DNA still 5'3", my nigga. But anyway, to each his own. I'm gonna reject body enhancements. I love natural women, natural beauty. Baby, if you got a flat booty, there's plenty of men who love women with flat booties. If you got a little booty, no booty, whatever you got, it's somebody that's gonna love it. I reject that. I don't.
Is it bad that I was out last night and I was looking at how many black women have flat booties and I was appalled? I was like, "Oh, girl, where your ass at? Oh, you ain't got no ass either. Damn." But my ass was assing last night, so maybe that was because my ass was assing. But
oh, Gizzle, that's so Gizzle. That's such a Gizzle.
It was assing, it was jiggling, and it was like that right amount of jiggle where it's just you ain't gotta move too much. It's going wah.
But then she get mad when Cornelius wanna, holler at her because her ass is out here assing. Would you pick a side?
I wasn't mad. It was a couple people that were trying to holler at me last night, and I wasn't mad. If you my granddaddy, don't be. This man came up to me and was like, "Do you like bald, sexy dudes?" And he was like 54, baby. I'm 35. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
He was damn. Well, you know if you black, because black don't crack. So if you black and I see the wrinkles on your face and the grays, baby, you always like you not young. You know what I'm saying? So he had to be at least in his 50s. Why are you trying to talk to me? Do I look like I'm your age? Do it like I'm okay? Sorry.
You had a moment, but your ass was assing, so that's why
my ass was assing.
That's why my uncle went shot at you. Shout out to Uncle Tony for that. All right,
it was asstastic.
Her ass was asstastic. I like that. Jizzle, that might be a t-shirt. Asstastic. That might be a t-shirt. I think I might have to put that one out. Asstastic. All right. Tony G said, I like it. If God didn't give it to you, don't need it. It seems like everybody in our chat is on our pet. Is we all on unity on that one. We ain't feeling that. Do a squat. Try some work. There you go, Kent. And Tony said, not jiggling, baby, in my LL voice. Yeah, she said her ass was assing. So it was ass-tastic. Cleophas was about to take her down through there. Yeah, I know.
He was trying. He had my hand and everything. Yeah, so and it was, hey there, young thing. I was like, sir, I just want to get back to my friends. I just want to do a bald-headed house shit with my friends. Like, please just let me do my bald-headed house shit. Like,
no lie, Gizzle got some older. Gizzle know niggas that got. Gizzle could be retired if she wanted to. I ain't gonna get into it, but Gizzle, she niggas be them niggas with that bag like Gizzle. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave that alone. All right. retired if she wanted to. Okay, let's move on. Sexy Red, respected or rejected? I reject it because I don't fucking really understand what the hell she be talking about, and I don't really get the mood. She ain't my era, so I'm gonna reject it. I like some of them, but I'm gonna reject her. I could pass on Sexy.
I reject it. I think some of her songs are catchy, but I think that she's a bad look holistically. She talks about the fact that she's had sexually transmitted diseases. She gets pregnant randomly. There's a sex tape of her out. Like, it's just too much, baby. And I think that she's a bad depiction. When we talked about this, several weeks ago, when we talked about entertainment, she's a bad depiction of Black people. People think that that's how Black people behave. And it's like, nope, that's not how. She's one person. So I don't like it. I don't like what she is representing to the kids. I don't like it. It's reject it.
All right, reject that one. All right, so Kent says reject it. Of course, Joanna rejects it. Kent says Lotto gets a pass. Okay. She can rap for real, Lotto. Okay.
I love Lotto. I've seen
Lotto.
her. She looks good.
Okay. She looks good.
Good.
Okay, rejected. It's just a little too much. All right, I'm with that. Okay, all right, my boy Brandon. What up, Brandon? Welcome in, bro. Rejected. All right, good stuff. Megan Thee Stallion, respected or rejected? I'm gonna reject Megan Thee Stallion. I don't care. Megan be doing too goddamn much. 1 minute she this, 1 minute is that. I could pass on Megan Thee Stallion too. I'm gonna reject her. Gizzle, I know that's your buddy, right? Megan Thee Stallion.
You're not my buddy. I respect Meg. I don't respect Meg. I don't listen to Meg's music. Okay, I think that you have to look at Meg holistically as an artist. I think that people are compartmentalizing her because she twerk a lot, but she twerks a lot because she can twerk because she has the body. That's a real body. That's one of the things I like about Meg. She a real person. That's her real body. She be in the gym to build that body. You see the video.
I don't know. They say her boyfriend said she had surgery. I don't know.
No, that's not true at all. You can go back and look at pictures of Meg from 10 years ago and she was built like that. So that's not that is her real body. She be in the gym to get that body. She was in the gym to get the body. And not even body aside, I think from an authenticity point of view, I think she's that. I think that she can rap. I don't necessarily listen to her music. That's not my cup of tea, but I think she can rap. But if you understand that Meg's in her bag, Meg's in her anime bag, okay, she's getting the song, the album that just came out, she rapped in not Korean, in Japanese. Okay, she got the Japanese people hitting her songs online. Okay, she did that. It's marketing. But then if you understand, Meg's been doing film. So Meg is transitioning from just being a rapper to being a holistic entertainer. I think so. I respect the business behind it. Like, do I listen to her music like that? Nah, but I respect the business behind it. I think that she's a pretty genuine person from what I've seen. For the most part, I definitely think that she has all these traumas that people are forgetting about. When she first got in the industry, her grandma died and her mama died. So she was coming into fame with a whole bunch of trauma. Like, we talked about this last week about the traumas that people monopolize on, right? And so Meg is layered. I think there's layers to Meg, and I think that I'm gonna respect it because she's a layered human. Okay, and she went to school. She got a degree. Like, I'm gonna respect it.
All right, you respect it. I'm gonna reject Megan's tall twerking ass. I'm like Kent twerking to sell me Amazon Prime and Popeye sandwiches. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good on that. AJ says she respects Meg. Okay, all right. One for the respect. Yeah, Kent says she rejected too. She's a plant. Tony G rejects it. Joanna rejects it. Wait, I know. I'm
an advocate. I'm an advocate.
Coco with you. Respect. She is who she is. That girl isn't changing. She hood with it. I like originals. Don't like her music. I don't think not too many people like her music. Okay. All right. This next one. Let's get it. Respect it or reject it. Only the music. Only the music. R. Kelly's music. Do you respect it or reject it? Hell yeah, I respect it to the umpteenth degree. Nobody will ever tell me and get me to not listen to R. Kelly and his music. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all want the cat, and I did all this egregious shit. I mean, deplorable to just deplorable. Y'all ain't nobody said nothing about cancel Diddy. Ain't nobody. I have heard people, well, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's do this. R. Kelly, Pete, on what he did was all right. I ain't saying that. But Diddy ain't did no good for nobody. And when it come to music, Robert Sylvester Kelly, I'm gonna respect the hell out that man music. You would not take that from him. Now, the man, I don't judge that. That's wrong. That's egregious. But strictly the music, I respect the music. The best to ever do R&B in my era. Gizzle, respect or reject just the music.
I'm gonna respect this music because I was literally walking around the house the other day and that's all. There can only be one me. Nobody like me.
You better sing that, Gizzle.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Like, right. That was in my head. I was like, why is this R. Kelly song in my head? Shut up, R. Kelly. Why are you here?
No, I'm gonna play me some Kels. I don't give a damn.
Look, I was at karaoke last night about to sing I Believe I Can Fly. Okay.
That's in my morning playlist every morning. I can spread my wings and fly away. Don't kiss my ass. Hey, I love his music. I don't give a damn what nobody say. You crazy people don't listen to R. Kelly. All right, I think we got some Kels fans in here too. Oh, ooh, yeah, we got a lot of Kels fans in here. Of course, Joanna, she respected.
I'm not a fan, but
of the music, Gizzle, just the music.
And then, you know, honestly, to be honest, from a standpoint of writing, y'all gotta understand, you gotta respect this boy's pen because I was a huge B2K fan growing up, and he wrote all their albums.
Oh yeah. All right, exactly. Well, y'all just make sure y'all have some sympathy for R. Kelly and his child and his problematic child abuse because I sure want to give Diddy a pass. It's bad.
I don't think I want to give Diddy a pass. I think that Diddy owns
a lot of people do.
No, I don't think they want to give Diddy a pass. I think that Diddy owns media. Diddy is more powerful than R. Kelly is. So I think that you have to understand that Diddy has been navigating because you know they had charges against him years ago and he bought NYPD. That's why NYPD didn't break. Like, it's when you go back and you start talking about the stuff that Diddy's done historically, bro, he had so many people in his pocket. That's why he never get caught until recently. But yeah, so I don't think it's people that they understand. People saw stuff too. I mean, that's why people coming out and telling what people saw stuff. So I don't think they want to save him. I just think that he's one of them scary people that was gonna get you effed up.
Yeah.
That's the difference, because I'm not snitching on somebody I think gonna kill me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not snitching on somebody who I think gonna kill my family or something like.
Yeah. No, I agree with that because he had people scared of him. R. Kelly there wasn't nobody worried about him.
Nobody scared of R. Kelly, okay?
No, everybody worried about Rob Kelly getting him knocked off. Like, no. But that damn Diddy did no good for nobody. Anyway, guys, okay, we agree on that. I think Kel's getting a lot of love. His music. Coco says, "Are you crazy? R. Kelly's music will always be great." You damn right. You know we play that shit over here. Give a damn what nobody says. I have me a little private cancel playlist so I don't get judged. Hey, can't funny. You can't escape Kelly. You damn right. We'll never. But she said, facts, Tami. Facts. All right, good stuff. All right, y'all. We getting through this. Respect or reject it. Oprah Winfrey and her contributions. I reject the hell out of Oprah Winfrey. I don't know what the hell Oprah Winfrey has done for a whole lot of black people. I'm sorry. I don't know what Oprah Winfrey's done. I don't get it. I grew up in Chicago, South Side. She ain't never helped none of the kids over there, but she go take her ass to Africa. I'm gonna reject Oprah Winfrey. That's me.
I don't have an opinion on this. I don't respect her. I don't know what she's done, so I don't know what.
I gotta reject it, Gizzle, because I don't know what she's done. So by default, I'm gonna reject it because I don't know what the hell Oprah has done for anybody. But I guess her rich white friends and cronies. Okay, reject it. Reject Oprah. We got rejected. Okay, yeah, I don't think nobody understands what the hell she's done. All right. Respect it or reject it. We can move on for Oprah because ain't nobody got no love for her ass too much.
I don't have hate for her, but I don't know what
we don't.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if I'm indifferent about you, then I'm gonna reject you then. Because I'm like, I can't respect you and I'm indifferent. So bye. She never did nothing for nobody. All right. Tyler Perry's movies and shows. At this point, I'm rejecting it. I stand on what I said last week. It's not evolving. It's not progressing. I'm going to reject it. I know he's employing people, but I'm tired of the stereotypical BS that men, with his shows, how they depict us. I'm tired of our women always being abused and always having to overcome. I'm tired of black women being victimized. And I'm tired of men with the negative stereotype. With this man and that platform he got, you could be making so much better movies and depict us in such a better light. There's the Max, the Tammys of the world. There's so many other people you could use besides the same 3 goddamn characters that we have in our community. I'm sorry, y'all. I reject it. Gizzle, what do you got on that? And let me get to the chat.
I don't want to mess up my chances of ever working with Tyler Perry, but I'm gonna have to reject it too. I've been on set with Tyler Perry. I see how he films things. Somebody who's worked with him on a couple of different sets. Just as background, nothing big. But I'll say this, and I tell this story all the time, and I don't blame him. So this is once again Tyler Perry, Mr. Perry. If you ever see this, this is not me. This is not you that I'm blaming. This is the situation. I tell the story all the time, but I was on set of Tyler Perry's what's the show with the strippers, the male strippers? What is it called? You know,
I have no idea.
Queen,
I don't watch
Queen something.
I don't
Queen, right? I was on the set for that, and the casting director saw me like my look. They pulled me aside. They say, "Hey, will you do a simulated sex scene?"
You?
Mm-hmm. They asked me to do a simulated sex scene. Yeah.
Check you out,
they said we'll give you like $700 to do a simulated sex scene. Now, if you are doing background, you know how much you get paid doing background, maybe $200 for the day doing background. $700 for that day sound like a good deal. They say we'll get you with the intimate coordinator. Da, 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 da. I went and spoke to my friend who is SAG. Okay, you know anything about acting, you know SAG. Okay, and my friend was like, "Bro, I'm so glad you said no to that." I said, "Why?" He was like, "The minimum you're supposed to get paid for a scene like that is $1,200 minimum." So they were underpaying for that. And I think as somebody who works in education, if I had done that scene and my students saw my ass cheeks clapping, you know, what the ramifications of that. But I still have to say, there's some of that happening there, but also it's because of how he films. We were on set and he was filming for this particular episode of the show, and we were, you know, his studio is the old military base, right?
Right.
And so we were in a building that did not have centralized air conditioning. So what we had to do in order to get it cool enough for everybody to be in there performing, there had to be a tube brought in to air condition the entire place, right? So the tube was brought in, but there was a scene that he was painting and you could see the tube, but he still was filming. That's why when y'all see the film and y'all see like maybe the lady's wig is pulled back or something's wrong, that's because he films it so it's like a guerrilla style filming. And I think that's part of the issue with some of his films. I think another part of the issues with his films, minus the guerrilla style filming, right, is that the writing isn't there. There needs to be people in his writing room helping him flesh stories out so that stories make logical sense. I think there's a lack of logic. One of my the best film I think he's ever the Family That Prays. From beginning to end, I think that plot was put together. But there were some movies that could have been so much better. If you're talking about Tyler Perry's Temptation, it was almost there, but it was parts of there were holes in that plot there. When you're talking about what's that other movie that was Why Did I Get Married? There were holes there. There were holes. And those are the better films, right? When we start talking about the worser films, right, that don't make sense, it just gets a little convoluted there. And so I definitely think Tyler Perry has done a lot of things for the African American community. I've had strong opinions about him in the past because of the depiction of Black people that is purported in his films. So I don't want to negate what he's done, but by the same token, I definitely think that there needs to be some growing there, like Max said. There needs to be some progression. There needs to be some different storylines. There need to be some different things happening there. And until that happens, I'm gonna have to say reject.
There it is then.
Yeah.
Rejected.
All right. I had to go on my tab because I've been in the studio and I know the energy there and it's a lot.
But in Tam, I know you said you're not gonna hold him, you know, you're not gonna blame on him. And if he ever sees, she may not, but I'm not gonna absolve him because again, that's your experience that still falls under his dominion. That's within us under his umbrella. So whoever's there, he signs off on who's ever there. So I said it, you didn't say it, but I'm saying I'm still not absolving him for that experience. Okay, moving on to what the chat has to say. Rejected, Tony G rejects it. Kent rejects Tyler Perry, no growth, not none. The same damn shit over and over. Saying I know the damn ending before when the movie starts. I'm going to respect it, AJ. Okay, that's that. What did okay, Coco giving us R. Kelly some of his hits.
Oh,
Fortunate,
she said,
Maxwell.
say less. I
You
got
were
this.
you were not alone. Jonas, he's still on our pen game. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, Coco, she's the music. She loves us some chaos. All the Queens men.
Yeah, that's the name of the show.
That's the name of the show. Kent says Oprah tears down black men but stands by and silent with white men who do similar and more egregious things. That's my issue with her, man. Her and her friend Gail. Don't get me started. All right, all the Queens men, good stuff. All right, last one. Respect it or reject it. Condoms. Young Mac reject.
Y'all not gonna like my answer.
Real Mac reject that shit. Old Mac.
I like my answer.
Old Mac.
I guess maybe I'm ashamed of my answer.
Oh,
I'm rejected.
Old Mac. That's a tough one for me. Honestly, I can't even say just I'm broke. Man, just get with one chick, man, and just let me reject that shit too. I'm gonna have to reject this shit because I need I got to get with one chick. I got to get with one chick.
In my limited experience.
And one chick. I just want you.
I get what you're saying, but in my limited experience, and I just been blessed that nothing has come of it. Like, we ain't been using protection. So, sorry.
You say you respect it, Gizzle, or you reject it?
I reject it because like I said, in my limited experience, we haven't been using protection. I think it was one person that I dealt with that we use protection every time, but everybody else
reject. Okay. All right. Well, Gizzle said she rejected. I mean,
I don't want to reject it. I'm gonna respect it for myself in the future, but I'm rejecting it.
Just ain't nothing wrong. Just like her raw dog. Shit ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with goddamn it. Just like her raw dog. Meat to meat. Ain't nothing wrong with meat to meat. We all got here because of meat to meat. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Shit. We all here because of meat to meat. You wouldn't be in this room if your daddy didn't like raw dog. I said it or your mama. I'm gonna say it for y'all asses. Man-made condoms. The good Lord didn't. Anyway, Kent says he rejected. We can't get a test, and I'm sticking with you, baby. You go, Kent said. Hey, I don't think. I think we gotta. Brandon said he rejected too. There's a whole lot of people that rejecting them rubbers. Like, there's a lot of women that don't like them rubbers. We'll just leave it at that.
I don't know if I don't like them. I just think that
Jizzle, not you. A lot of women, not you.
I know, but because I want to be safe.
But you like your raw dog. Okay, respect it. Coco respect it. Okay. Tony G, Tony G goes to respect it. Tony might put on two of the mugs. I can see Tony. Hold on. Tony can mess around and get two of them out. I can see Tony ass putting on two. I don't know you, ma'am. You could be nasty. Tony G, his old careful ass.
I think with most people that I'm intimate with, I have conversations about their safety before we.
Damn y'all. AJ, wait a minute. This woman here, wait a minute. Damn y'all, I want to reject it, and I do, but not in the beginning. So I respect AJ, ma'am. The premise of this game, it's respect it or reject it, yes or no. Don't you come with these. If Gizzle can't get no caveats, you can't either. So AJ, I'm gonna answer for you. Your ass rejected it. You don't like the you want that raw dog too. You want that meat to meat love. Old me reject. Don't you start that, Jawan, about that old me rejected. You like you with Tammy. You like the meat to meat. All right. Maria says respect it. All right. Now it doesn't matter. All right. What AJ? That's my final answer. No, it ain't. No, I'm gonna no. Your final answer was that first. You want that meat to meat. That's what that is. Y'all, this has been a dope. I'll get a test in a heartbeat, but I can't grab the strap. Man, what a great segment, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Man, to the Tammy, ain't gonna lie. You threw me for that one. The condom one. I ain't gonna lie. I would have. Okay. You shot me with that, Jim.
So and that's why I said I'm ashamed of my answer.
No, you kept it real, and I respect the hell out of that because I said reject too. Shit, I
think moving forward, but I'm not sexually active and haven't been sexually active in almost 2 years. So
I know I should have more than 3 sons. God smiled on. He watched over babies and fools because I was a fool. Anywho, all right, y'all. Let baby bro come up here and close us out with something positive. And me and Gizzle been talking about meat to meat and everything. Baby bro, give us something positive.
You've been talking about meat to meat. I've just answered the question.
You see how she do me, y'all? Y'all chat. Y'all see how she did me, chat? She gonna now this folk. You see how I'm a girl, did she left me out there alone, y'all? That's you, Matt, talking about meat to meat. All right.
I've been very tame. I've been very tame.
All right. Baby bro, what you got for the people, man? Give the people a good word. Close us out, baby bro. Give us a good word.
Hey, what's up, Tami? What's up, everyone? What's up, the chat and stuff? Just want to come before you real good. It's been an awesome show. Great job, Tami. Great share on this freestyle, free flowing Friday and stuff. So, hey, I guess I'm going to just freestyle, free flow too. Today, I just want to talk about trust. And what I mean by trust is that we always put in our things, our trusting thing. What are you trusting and things like that nature? One of my favorite scriptures is Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6. And it said, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto your understanding. In all your ways acknowledge, some say, submit to him, and he will direct your path. And I just want to just tell a quick story about trust. You know, a lot of times we want to put our trust in the things we see, but some of the times we got to put our trust in God and trust in things we don't see. So I just want to tell a quick story about trust. Now, a couple of years ago, you know, I was before Amazon, and I used to be the mailman. So yes, I used to bring the checks to you, the bills to you. Yeah, that was me. So I used to walk out in the sun. So a couple of years later, you know, I had an injury on the job, and when I went out for that injury, something was just telling me that you're not going back to that job. I'm like, you know, pretty spiritual person. I read my word and things like that. And I was just like, that don't make sense, because the word said a man don't work, a man don't eat. So just going on with it. And so I went through my rehab, but that trust, that feeling in me said that don't go back to that job, don't go back to that job. And I was just like, okay. So eventually, you know, something was just in me. I said, well, I better listen, because I'm trusting that something is not right about this. So long story short, I did not go to that job. Maybe a month or so, I decided I had to go to a dermatologist about something with my skin. And when I went to that dermatologist, when I went in, they looked at me and they was like, what you here for? I said, well, something wrong with my skin. As you can see, I got a bald head. And she was like, well, what's that on top of your head? And I was like, oh, it's just a birthmark. And she was like, so I'm trying to tell her about the skin, what was the rash on my skin. And she was like, do you mind if I look at that? So she took out a little scope and looked at it. And then she said that, hey, do you mind if we do a biopsy on it? Biopsy? I'm like, oh, okay then. Well, let's see what that is then. Come to find out that I had skin cancer. I had skin cancer. Yes, you see my pigmentation. And that came from, I used to work outside in the sun, and that was for years. Some days, you know, I would just walk, and I never had any covering over my head. And I had got this patch of skin cancer on top of my head. And when I talk about trusting, that something was telling me, which was the Holy Ghost, Holy Spirit was telling me, don't go back to that job, because if I would have went back to that job, then that would have continued to grow. And I had to have this little small surgery, and they had to put a plug in my head about that pretty big and things like that. But I just wanted to say that if I wouldn't have trusted what God was telling me, then who knows what could have happened with that. So I just want to say that trust in yourself. Trust, if you believe in something, trust in that. If you lean in a certain way, trust in that. because it's something that is leading you to. It's something that's trying to avoid. So I just want to leave that with that little note right there. Trust in yourself and trust that intuition, trust in God, and trust me, it will work out for you. That's all I got, Matt.
Well, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Trust. That's the bottom line, guys. Well, hey, I appreciate everybody. Thank you, baby, bro, for that amazing man word. That kind of gave us a little space between the meet to meet conversations me and Tammy was having in the great chat. As even though she won, now she gonna leave me hanging. Man, phenomenal job.
Living your truth, Tammy. Living your truth.
She does that. She is unapologetically honest. I love that about her. She is a magnet for older men. Cleophas.
I don't
Tammy,
get it. I'm at that age where I can get a 20-year-old, a 40-year-old, or a 50 or 60-year-old, and I don't like it. It's weird. It's weird.
Decisions.
Thanks for the word. Ken said thanks for the word, babe, bro. All right, guys. On behalf of myself, man, I have to thank you guys. You guys are the real MVP. AJ says, living your truth, AJ, and we know your original truth. I'm not letting you backpedal out of that. Your truth is what you originally said. You with the Meet crew. That might be a new t-shirt, the Meet crew. Anyway, y'all, as always, every Friday at 7 o'clock. We can't do this without y'all. Man, amazing show. Gizzle, you killed it as always. Baby bro, thank you for coming up. Beautiful show to the people, to the chat. Y'all, we are out. Y'all be safe, man. And hit the replay and go get you some damn Mactastic merch over there at the store. Make sure you go get a t-shirt from Tammy. Follow her. Her information is in this bio, is in the description. And guys, we are out. I love all of y'all. Seriously. God bless y'all. Peace.
God bless you.